pick out a champion that you guys want.
We'll do a random draw. The winner, we'll paint that model for you.
And then we'll send it out to you.
And I think we have some pictures of some of our models at some point, so you'll see. Maybe you'll want to root for one of us if you like our painting better.
That's true. We'll show it off.
But I'm excited to win the People's Champion, so I can paint you an awesome model. Damien, I gotta let him have the first one, so
he's got to let me feel comfortable. He's got to let me get comfortable.
Get him started. So exciting. All right, so you kind of get a quick shot here of the event. Those are the 3 stream tables there.
Can we pull up the missions?
Yeah, you can see Juice there on the left, Sean, Nathan in the middle.
This will be mission. I thought it was just mission 2.
It is mission 2.
Yeah. So we got the 4 objectives. Actually, I think.
Oh no, we don't. No, they're not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, okay, I think it's right, but it is the 4 objectives. So at the 4 objectives, that means that I believe that's the one where
mission
you control
3.
with 3 characters.
Yeah. That's
I believe it's even hold or contest with 3 character models. Then you'll get a bonus point for the end of that round.
That's right.
I think that's the one.
I don't think you contest. I think you have to hold.
No. I think it just says contest or hold. We'll put it up. And this is Team Battle Brothers podcast, you guys. We got freaking Naden. There we go. Next. Yeah. What does it say here at the end of? Oh, you got to hold all 4.
So this is not the character
one. That's the 5.1.
Yeah, get out of here.
My bad.
Next is control. So obviously we're playing ITC missions for those folks that are new to Warhammer or maybe the Atlanta Open. We're playing ITC. 4 objectives. Each round the players will score. Did they kill something? Did they hold something? So did they own one of the objectives? And then did they, at the end of the round, did they kill more than their opponent, and did they hold more than their opponent? So we'll score each round. They'll pick a number of secondaries. There's a list of about 12 or 16, I don't know.
Something like that.
They pick 3 different secondaries, so it can score up to 4 points per secondary. So we'll see what those players pick.
That's right.
And as they score those things, they'll also score points for that, up to a maximum of 12 points. As you can see here, there's 4 objectives and where they're placed on the map. And if you do score this bonus section, you can score up to a 5th point there for that bonus.
That's right.
So
That's right.
we'll score that each round and kind of keep track. We do have 3 tables that we'll be hopping around from. So if we see some action happening, we'll try to jump to that table. Our primary table that we're kind of just starting off with is our main man, Juice.
That's right.
But we do have the whole Battle Brother crew here. So big shout outs to them for doing well.
And big shout out to Will Clayton. That dude's pulling it down as our wingman. He's doing it solo today. We normally would have 3.
That's right.
Tomorrow we will have 3, and Sunday we'll have 3. But today Will is doing triple duty.
Triple duty. So he's our weatherman on the scene, so he'll be able to report live from the table.
Will,
so
you want to say hi to the people?
if we can't hit him up, if we miss him, or we miss something, or you guys see something, let us know. We did catch some stuff in the last round, so some great comments from the stream. So you guys had eagle eyes and caught a couple rules discrepancies or questions, and it actually resulted in a yellow card and a mod getting put back on the board. So I mean, this is real. What's happening?
It was a yellow card.
Judges were throwing out yellow cards.
2 players got yellow cards because of that.
Because it actually like trickled down. And you're like, well, we had to go find all the orc guys and make sure their cannons have guys, and it turned out that they didn't. So they got some yellow cards.
Oh my goodness.
So good work, guys, and keep it up.
Red cards for this round. That's what man, you guys are out for blood.
Looking for
What's
some
wrong with you guys?
So just so you don't know, 3 yellow cards means a red card or 3 yellow.
DQ, baby.
That's out. You're out of the tournament. So we certainly
play hardball here.
Don't want to say it. So another thing we have going on. You want to let it go? You tell me. Tell what's happening.
Man, I think we're going to be giving another giveaway.
That's right.
Another raffle's going to be started. This time it's going to be the terrain, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. If you want a set of pro tabletop terrain, we're handing that out this round.
That's exciting.
So you'll see. We'll kick that off. You'll see giveaway. It started. So exclamation giveaway. Just type that in the chat.
Exclamation point giveaway. I'm going to do it if you guys don't.
You'll get a ticket, and then we'll raffle at the end of the round, and some lucky winner will win some pro tabletop terrain. Juice the man.
So, are you ready to do this? Oh, we don't even need to do this?
We don't got to roll for it. You got.
But let's just see what would happen.
All right.
We like rolling dice.
We do like rolling dice. Let's roll for it.
Do you get to roll first again? Here, you want to roll first again? Here comes that 1 again.
Oh, a 5.
That's okay.
That means I got to take Juice from you.
No, get out of here.
I got root. Matt's going to win. Oh, it would have been a 5. That's a cocked dice. Oh, 6!
I'd have picked him anyway.
He gets it anyways. What is happening? I can't even steal Juice.
Imperial truth. Thomas and I have like a podcast thing that we're gonna be doing later on early next year. We got all these dice made up. It's called the Imperial Truth.
Yeah.
So if we ever say stuff like that, that's what we're referencing.
Imperial Truth. So if you like what we're doing, certainly here with Pro Tabletop, if you like what we're doing, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you get a free subscribe.
Pop that in.
With Amazon Prime, so that helps us out here. Lets us bring more of this glorious Warhammer content to you. We're just getting started. We're getting people set up. So
looks like we got some deployments going on. So we might go ahead and just jump to the table. Thank you guys so much. Will, take it away.
We got to subscribe.
Subscribe. Got your games. All right, so we're actually not going to jump to the table just yet. Just got told that's not what we're doing.
So one of the things that we want to keep track of, so we bring in some new technology. So if you guys haven't seen, we're going to have the live ticker throughout the round. We're using ITC battle apps combined with BCP, so we're able to, each player is actually inputting their scores live as they score it. So what that means for you guys at home is that's going to tie directly into BCP. No longer do you have to wait until the end of the round to see how they're doing. You'll be able to see that live as they enter it, and we'll have a ticker kind of going up periodically through the event, so you can kind of pull that information and see. So if you're rooting for somebody that we're not streaming live here, you can kind of see their scores, and certainly in the chat, if you want us to go check out their score, get an update. We got some roaming cameras around here, so we're not tied to those tables.
Yeah,
we
you
actually
just let us know if you want checkups on stuff.
We'll send a guy out to kind of
out at halftime on the
and take a look.
All right, so now we're going to cut to table 1.
Let's see.
Bum, bum, bum.
That's all right.
There it is. So they're just in the middle of setup.
Oh man, Hot Guard is so badly repressed. It makes me sad.
It does look like they're going down 5 points model.
Ooh, 30 points.
You can see our sponsors there with those objectives. Blue
I'd
Whale,
love to be
the
wrong,
Army
but
Painter, Popco's the
Tao,
Monkey, and
Bugs,
RS
but
Andrews.
I am worried that
Tal, thank you for your subscribe, buddy.
We do have
a lot of balls
another
gonna
giveaway at the end of the weekend. So if you go onto Facebook and like RS Andrews and Pro Tabletop, you have to like them
not
both.
working or something?
Then you'll be entered in a drawing for a full set.
Is it something with my phone?
So just a little,
Pro Tabletop
just a
swag.
little side caveat. We had all the players go through and actually tell us little bits of information about themselves. So for those of you who don't know, Juice, he's actually from Southern Pines, North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
In case you're wondering.
NC.
So I have,
And hey, guess how long he's been playing the game? You have no idea.
What year is now? 2019?
Yeah.
I would say 20 years.
Wow. That's very close. It's 21 years.
Yeah.
And you know what his first army was?
Can I say Space Marine? It's got to be Space Marine.
It's Tyranids.
Nids. Well, he's playing G's to the cult.
Makes sense, right?
That's right. He's come full circle.
And so he's a chef. He likes to cook. And we asked what their favorite foods are for you guys. So in case you ever want to have a conversation with him, like, well, hey, I like this too, if you ever meet him. He loves all foods. But pizzas and steak hold a special place in his heart.
There you go.
And lastly, also
like steak?
cheesecake. Literally, who doesn't love cheesecake? That's what he put in there.
We got to take him to the Cheesecake Factory.
So, yeah, so that's a little interesting thing. Oh, thank you so much, Cisco. Thank you so much,
So that's
Cisco.
your players champ.
All right. So here we go. We're kind of pulling up. That's the round 2. We can see a lot of these matchups. Let's go ahead and pull up here. Let's see here. I'm gonna pull this up for you guys.
Yep. And so while Damien's pulling that up, just taking a quick look at the board, you can kind of see we have pre-placed terrain here at the Atlanta Open. We have ruins and craters. You'll see on the map. You'll maybe here and here. Those are forests and craters.
And we're okay with them pulling those
Yeah,
back.
so the terrain is laid out such that you can see the outline. If it ever gets moved, you can move that for game playing purposes, but we know the outline. It matters for where people move. For craters and forests, there's a -2 to your charge distance.
Do they have those on the wrong spots?
Battle Brothers.
So they've taken the craters out to fit those objectives right on them, but they still have the places up for the forests. So those are actually pieces there. But if those happen to get removed, they're still there. It just, from a playability perspective, or dice, they
Number
may pull
2?
those up.
Is that number 2? Stream table? Against against none other than the
So, and it looks like what deployment did we get on this map?
We have on table 1 with Matt and Juice. We've got Hammer and Anvil deployment.
Can we get a little more volume on Will, please?
With their secondaries,
Thank you.
Matt took Butcher's Bill, Headhunter, and Reaper. Juice took Butcher's Bill, Recon, and Gangbusters.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
All right, all my stuff is on. I'm spending 2 CP to deep strike the 2/3.
And also on their CP, Juice
Weird, I know.
is at this point at 11.
Shocking.
And Matt is at 13 CP, planning on spending some during deployment.
Thank you, Will.
So we know Juice is playing G to the code. What is Root playing? Matt?
Marines.
He's playing Marines. I
Is this
actually.
Iron Hands, or is this Raven Guard?
So you have Root actually. If you wanted to look at, I guess you pulled up all 3, didn't you?
I didn't have Root in my list.
Oh, that's right. We couldn't find Root.
Bird Brothers and Gertrude?
Yep.
Word.
All right. Yeah, we know it kind of adds a little bit of weird thing with the with his mic.
You'll just put those two guys.
Trying to figure that out.
Kind of just
It just sounds like a UFO is chiming in with Morse code in the background every time you talk. I don't know.
So the one thing with GSC is
Here's the
tons
deployment
of,
for you guys.
Tons of maps. So
So for those of you who don't know anything about 40k, and this is your first time kind of experiencing it a little bit, or if you're a long time, you haven't been in it, so this is a Hammer and Anvil deployment.
So each map, we do a little thing. There's 5 different deployment types used here at Pro Tabletop.
That's right.
Based on your seeding from the previous round, you get to ban certain deployments.
That's right.
So the lower seed would ban 1, the higher seed would ban 2, and then the lower seed would pick from the remaining 2. So after they've gone through that process, we're left with Hammer and Anvil. So that's the deployment types they're deploying here on this board. So you can
That's
kind of
right.
see the Hammer and Anvil there.
Oops.
And you can see those nice Pro Tabletop mats. These are brand new. You kind of see the deployment lines already kind of pre-marked on them. So these guys don't even have to measure. The lines are already there on the table. It's
This is-
fantastic. And each of those
Well, this is-
squares are 1-inch squares.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And those are all 1-inch squares. He's exactly right.
right. And even the objectives, you'll see these little circles here.
Can we
Those are
get their list
pre-made
pulled up?
spots for different areas.
They're all battle cannons.
You want to see if Patrick has a? Yeah, I think he is a successor chapter actually.
Win.
They fill up.
Hey, Will, can you find out if Patrick has? If Patrick has what successor chapter Patrick is, please?
Talking about Matt or
Patrick.
that's Matt.
I mean, you can deploy.
Well, they wanna know about
I wouldn't
Oh, they
have
wanna know
recommended
Patrick.
it,
Yeah.
You can.
He's running ultras.
I know he's running ultras, but it's like a successor chapter.
Oh, he's not running the full ultras.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
the last of the legends, bikes, Super Bike Tech Marine. Why are my Victor Scalar going up?
Yeah, you guys can do giveaway. Don't forget, right there, you just saw it. We're giving away a whole set of our terrain right there, and you can see the way the terrain is. Sets it perfectly even. You got, 2 forests, 2 craters,
You know the game already?
2 big L's, and yeah, go ahead and put that in there. And at the end of the game, we will
We'll raffle off a Pro Tabletop terrain set.
we'll waffle off.
Raffle off. Raffle. Waffle.
Patrick is running Ultramarine Successor
Yeah.
with Stealth and Master Artisans.
Yeah,
Oh, he's got
there you
Stealth
go.
and Masters. Oh, the old standby.
Eh.
Surprise. I love you.
Wow,
Patrick.
he's like it's like a new thing. Like, who thought of that combo? Genius.
Well, Vince,
Do I get one back?
So you gotta be nervous of Juice as a player, man. This guy knows his Gene Stealer cult.
3 extra blips.
Yeah, he's been playing this army for a long time, a lot of reps in the Gene Stealer cult. But Matt Root's no stranger to Gene Stealer cult. He's playing that at ATC, doing really well. He's got a lot of experience with Gene Stealer cult too, so it's not going to be any surprises here. Sometimes if you've played Gene Stealer cult, you don't know what they can do. That could sometimes just cost you the game straight up.
100%.
But if you do know what they're doing, that's a different story. There's a lot of strategies you can to kind of defend them. In the new world of 8th edition and Marines, they kind of have a hard way at it. They really took some hits. So it'll be interesting to see if Juice can pull it out versus Marines.
Okay.
What's blipped is this.
I think it will be a close game. It'll be fun to watch. Excited to see how it goes.
So let's go ahead and let's put out our shout-outs, guys. We got one guy saying Juice. How many guys, if you're going to vote for Juice for winning, put in a dragon dice? And if you're, oh wait, not everybody has those. If you're going to think Juice is going to win, put in a 1. If you don't think Juice is going to win and you think it's going to be Matt Root, put in a 2. Let's put it in the 1s and 2s, boys. 1s and 2s. 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1.
We got,
1, 1, 1.
get to Matt Root.
1, 1, 1. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. I'm getting in trouble for yelling too much. I do get excited about it. Too many 2s. What are y'all doing? Get those 2s off the screen. Get those 2s off the screen. Golly. There we go. Throw them 1s up, baby.
They're all Brood Brothers.
All Brood Brothers.
Cool.
Nice.
So no Gene Stealer cult on the board, correct?
No.
Okay. And then these are the 3 buttholes. Got
Matt
it.
did
Okay,
not
cool.
submit his list.
You want to seize or go
So
first?
red card, let's get him kicked
Or
out.
seize or
Automatic win.
I'm sure there is a penalty for no list submission.
Basically, you get to move this unit regardless if I see.
I get to redeploy it, yeah.
It looks actually pretty freaking even coming down, man. It might be a little bit more for Root, honestly. Looks like a lot of Roots, man.
Okay, go for it. Roll a 6, I get to sit down for a while. I'm fine with this.
He's trying to
All right,
seize.
good luck to you, man.
brother.
Did he seize?
All right.
He did not.
No seize.
Oh, that was a weird handshake. Kind of looked like a couple of loose fish slapping each other.
I could take a
Who raised these guys, man? What kind of a handshake was that?
Only you would notice that. But it did, I did see it too. So
Yeah,
I
dude,
was
like 2
was a
floppy
little awkward.
fish slapping each other out of water.
So who's going first? This is
Space Marines.
Space Marines are going
Space
first.
Marines. Space Marines.
Look at that.
That's cool.
I'm sorry.
That was new to us.
So we got some new overlays. That
We got
they're
some new
working with in
overlays.
the
I've never
background.
seen. That's fantastic looking, though, if we could do that. I was digging that. Battle Brothers are representing on 3 tables.
That's right. It was quite the match here, so to pull those guys all in on stream.
So here he goes with the movements. She's kind of slid up. Those are Terminators or are those Centurions? Centurions? They got to be Centurions, right? So Matt Root did not submit his list. What a jerk. So this is Juice's list right here, man. We got those Primus, we got those Icon Wards, we got the hybrids.
All right, 9 inches away from you, and then I won't be able to
19
be
hybrids in there. That's the hand flamer bomb. He's got 2 of those bombs, 3 of those bombs. He's got 3 of those bombs. He's got the jackals in there.
So all 3 of his guys are all hand flamers, and
There's squad over there.
2 of them have the saws, right?
Drake wants a red card.
I don't know that he hasn't submitted his list. It just didn't make it in time for our automated system here.
Is it okay if I'm probably gonna be
You can see it on
here.
BCP? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. I think it just didn't make it to our when we pulled this data. So there is a list. You would be out of the event.
He didn't make it in by the cutoff, unfortunately.
I'm redeploying right now.
Oh, gotcha.
So it hasn't
I just want to make sure.
So he's Raven
Yeah, you're
Guard.
good.
So this is the redeploy that they get to do. They get to move 9 inches off the line.
Yeah. So it's a huge a bonus.
I think he's Raven Guard. He's Raven Guard, right, Will?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And those assault Centurions coming up.
And so since they're infantry, they can walk straight through those buildings. No problem, Bob.
Yeah. Centurions are super slow, but obviously being able to start 9 inches at the get-go
so
gives
I
you a little
am-
bit of boost.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, Frost. We'll go ahead and get a camera. We'll get a camera
So I'll go
camera
to
shot
top
here in a
one.
little while.
So I'm rolling. I'm humming to see
can't
if I
pull
get
up
to.
Brutes,
Let's do the +2 charges because I'm sure I'll be able to get a lot of charges off this turn.
Yep, you
Not
can definitely go to buy the
That was
mats. We have it at Frontline Gaming.
So it goes off, and then I'll do
Pro tabletop mats there for a purchase.
let's do +1
Grease in the
to
game.
wound the closest
Barrels
shooter.
on the handshake. That's right.
He's a cool guy.
He's the Forge World Bros. That's why he knows two and can do
He can
two.
do
a turn.
two.
Yep. And then beyond that, the only thing that's cool about him is he has a power fist because he's awesome like that. Take
Because
that
he's
and
awesome like that.
So, just talking
So we can see the
units.
clock going down, ticking. Tick, tick, tick. There he is. There's the rooter. Hayes, it was wonderful. Thank you for your joke. So it looks like we got, on other things, we got Kyle Head versus Parker.
He's just doing some measurement to kind of see how far away they are, so he can get some shots off. See what he's kind of susceptible. to
Ruben
get fired
versus
back
Watts.
That was from Wyatt, from Jack and Close Pain.
Cosgrove versus Hamlin.
Are
Go
these-
Cosgrove.
Are these fighting tubs or these shooty tubs?
Yeah, they're fighty tubs, man.
Most features I've got in, but I've matched them.
Yeah.
I've hated
Yeah, I guess they are. Yeah, I see the big claw arms hanging out. I just hate those models.
I tried.
I just can't.
So you can see he actually got the models,
He
by the
actually
way.
has real sense. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
almost all the same color.
Yeah, you're welcome for that. You're welcome for that shot, by the way. We get you what you want, man. You ask for the shot, we'll make it happen.
There you go. Got some Brood Brothers doing some screens. Oh, we got a copy of the list.
Thank you.
That Will on the spot.
You know, read your man off. See if he's got
All right,
anything
so let's see
special.
what Matt Root's got. So he's got a brigade
+12
of Raven Guard, long-range marksman, master artisan's successor, Minotaurs.
He's got the scouts.
Looks like he's got a mix here. Is that right? I guess they're all Raven Guard successors. That's interesting. So he's got a couple of the Raven Guard or the Minotaur special characters. Chaplain, Enkomi, Master, Chapter Master, Librarian, Captain. He's got 6 scout squads to fill up the brigade. He's got 3 units of assault centurions.
And they got those flamers and hurricane bolters.
Looks like 2 3-mans and 1 6-man. He's got 3 units of suppressors. Those guys are good, cheap for the fast. And he's got 3 units of eliminators, which would be interesting.
That'll be good for
the
against
GSC.
Juice.
They can look out, but it's still 4 up. So he's got Thunderfire Cannon, and that rounds it out. So pretty interesting. All the work's going to get done with those Centurions. 3 squads of them. It's going to make mincemeat of all those characters. So it seems
I'm
that
just moving
Juice
these
can
3
get
squads over here.
in through the walls.
See, and
to do some work.
it's interesting though that he put. It's interesting that he put.
Just
He
make
put
sure
him
I
up
can
on the
see
line like that. I
him
mean, I know he
throw
wants to.
This guy right there.
I know he wants to charge, but like
So Raven Guard, I think the question here.
Then I'll advance the chapter.
Raven
master
Guard,
right there.
our Minotaurs don't
Yeah,
have
what
a
up?
native successor.
Just tie in the middle
So-
of all.
so I think it just comes down to.
You can just call them whatever. You can play them as ultra
I think he's
successors,
probably
Raven
just a
successors.
fluff bunny for Minotaurs or something like
They're
that.
just all success. He probably just likes that character for whatever he does.
Oh, that's true too.
But you can use Minotaurs for any successor
Oh,
job.
I was gonna say, what is the character? I guess we can't. Let's see. Is this on BCP then? Yeah, that's BCP.
Yeah.
Cox versus Hesters. Andrew Whitaker versus Martin.
Tight shot from our roaming camera.
Steele
Thank you,
versus
sir.
Siegler. That's a great shot.
So we'll let them know they can move that big piece of train to help them if they need to move it. They can just move that L out of the way.
If you want to move this out of the way, man, we can pull it out of the way and it knows where it goes.
It's okay. I'm almost done making music. I appreciate it though. Oh shit, my bad. My B. I don't want to break your like $16,000 camera. So these guys will pop in a little bit so they can see a couple of these guys so they can shoot. No audio. Shocking, I know.
So if you're loud, they can.
But it's not public, right?
No, it's on stream. If
In order to be able to send the information,
didn't
we
kill
have to
himself.
have an Android iPhone on each table.
Oh, it doesn't work.
Androids
so-
don't work because Android's a lesser device.
No, you said
Android's a
Apple?
lesser.
These guys
It's a
are
lesser
gonna
device.
shuffle.
It's a lesser. It's a lesser device. It's a lesser device.
So Android
lesser
doesn't work,
device.
but Apple does? No, so
Mr.
technology challenge.
Android's piece of crap.
Smash Bro
Android's
will be
piece of
right
crap.
there.
Apparently,
And then we got the living
Can't submit off a
going
simple
to be
application.
laying over here.
No.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
It's always
Gotta sit there.
new technology challenges, but we're working. So if we don't get the app to push all
Alright.
the updates as we need,
These
we'll
guys
go out
are-
and we can get some inputs for you.
Fine where they are.
Some great shots. You got some guys hanging in the back.
Those guys are fine where they are.
those
Someone's
tanks.
here. They move. They move.
Some Russes.
It's everything. This is crazy.
Yeah,
Go ahead and do your blitz. Good sir.
that
Okay.
train.
So here's our scoreboard up, guys. You can see the secondaries. Matt Root with that Butcher's Bill, Reaper Manhunter, Headhunter, excuse me. So those of you who don't know, Butcher's Bill is killing 2 things a turn.
Yep. It does not stack with some certain things, so it doesn't look like he's picked anything.
I don't think it does. Now it can
doesn't stick
stack
with
with
Headhunter.
Reaper though.
It can stack with Reaper, but not Headhunter.
That's correct.
And Will,
So
can
we
you
got to
adjust
we
that
got to
terrain
keep an eye
back
on
in the
that
center?
because we got to keep an eye on that, right? So chat, keep a lookout if we see any characters pulled off, and then he marks Butcher's Bill, and he
Yeah,
let's say
another sub.
he kills 2 things. He kills a character and something else that will not count for Butcher's Bill.
Okay. Yeah, keep an eye out.
Ven, thank you so much. Ven Carell, thank you so much
Good job.
for that.
We'll move this back.
The
I don't think
CP
it
is
matters for right
correct.
now.
Yes, I believe the CP is correct. This is what they have entered for their CP. And then, of course, from Juice as well, he does Butcher's Bill Gangbusters. Sorry, the Reaper, by the way, is killing 60 models.
Every
Is it
20
80?
models you get
It's
a point.
80.
Every 20 models you get a point.
And then Headhunter, of course, is characters.
Yeah, so every character you kill, you get a point for Headhunter. So
This is top of turn 1.
assuming that's your
That's
intention,
right.
so.
that's right.
Okay, so there's that one.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Hookah?
So this is this Juice going now?
No, this is
It looks like
Juice is using his
Yes,
blitz.
sir.
Juice is appearing now on the table. Is that right?
Yes, he's using his blitz.
Oh,
He's got Juice to the
he's using his
Blitz.
Wouldn't he show up
Yeah,
and then you move it?
he's deploying for his blitz.
Oh, I'm down to
you
do
see
that,
the- you
and
see
then I'll
the
just
blitz
move
here.
That's okay. That works. That's fine.
And then spin 1 CP. Do I get it back? I don't. The 30 acolytes in reserve.
Whoa,
How could-
weird. 30? You mean 3 squads?
3 squads.
Got it. That's what I figured.
How could he be down so far
All
on
right,
CP?
so you're
That
down
is
to 9
weird.
CP. Is that correct?
I am.
They need to change that then.
And
That's
that
9
is,
CP.
That is me.
He's
All
on
right, sounds
9.
good, baby.
Juice is on 9.
Your Magos is not on the board, right?
Listen, you android loving son of a gun. Thank you, Life After, for your sub. You're the man or woman.
All right.
No judgments here. You can be either one.
I'm at 9. And you're at 11, right?
That is correct.
Okay, now we got it
So
correct.
Steven,
now
just,
we see it.
let me know.
11
So
to 10.
second
They
phase,
fixed it.
Good talk.
So Gangbusters, by the way,
That's right.
he will get Gangbusters off
Don't
killing
care about
those
any of
Centurions.
Actually, I'll do one thing. I'll try to
Yeah,
cast
so
the
Gangbusters
redeploy
for
on
every
him.
6 wounds in a single unit.
Yeah.
So-
And he's got, what is it? What do you say? He got a unit of 6?
Each Centurion has
4 wounds
4
per.
wounds. So he's got to kill
He's got
2 Centurions.
2 per.
1.5 Centurions
No,
to
wait.
get.
Doesn't go out.
Oh, yeah, it's just
Womp,
wounds.
womp. All right,
So,
we'll go
1.5 will
to-
get him a point. So a
So
squad
if
of
he-
3 will get him 3 points.
So we'll start with Mookie
3.5
squad for 1.
points,
They're
right?
all shoot here. They're at like
Reset.
51 or closer.
No, it
'cause
doesn't-
plus
it doesn't
3
reset.
inches just to shoot him.
It's per unit. 6
So,
wounds per unit.
Chapter Master moved over there so that they are.
oh, they're only
hitting
unit
on
of.
4s 'cause
I
they
thought
moved.
you had a
Because
6
I'm not
unit.
iron
He
hands.
does.
So
There's
so
2
4s
3
reroll.
only max out 3.
Oh, I see.
All the way
And
down
an
to
update on
6
CPs. Juice has 9, Matt has 11. That's where they stand.
Okay.
I get 1 free reroll. because
He needs
Master
to update that on
Artisans,
his
just
app.
1. AP minus 3. Because blah, blah, blah. 2 damage.
I'll keep it.
Yeah, there's IG. We Hookah
Second
on the
squad's gonna
first
do the same
round. We
thing.
had an IG player,
D4s,
and it's not IG. It's Astra Militarum.
Reroll.
Come on now.
And then, of course, 5s.
They may not be
Reroll
pushing
1
updates.
free. 4 this
You were
time.
gonna sub. I'm listen.
Yeah.
I am not an apple
Turn 1 gets
cultist.
devastated.
I'm literally stirring the pot, man. All right.
So taking 10 damage.
That's all I'm
total.
doing, man. It's just a little pot
And
stir.
then the last set of
I don't care what
6
phone you
shots.
use.
Same thing, 4s. Rerolling the misses. And 3 hits, and then 5s, of course. Reroll 1 for free. 2 saves.
There's a lot of dice rolling going on here for folks that are paying attention at home. Matt is playing a successor chapter of
All right,
Master
other
Arts,
shooting.
so that lets them get one free
This is squad,
reroll
this is squad,
for
that's
shooting
two bros.
phase and one free reroll
I'm
for
presuming.
wound phase.
That's right.
Okay.
So,
So
all
I
right,
can
move
only
roll.
see
So
these two squads from
he's
where I'm
attacking,
at,
and
essentially.
he'll occasionally
So
throw in
we'll
a
do- and these are
free
both
reroll,
10
free
minutes,
reroll
correct?
here, free reroll there. So that's what he's doing. He's
Yeah, why
shooting
not?
some
Okay.
snipers.
So we'll
I
do
believe
3
that some of
dudes
his
going
characters-
at the back squad. Oh shit. 3 dudes going to the back squad, 3 going to the front squad.
And then can everybody draw a line of sight from somebody?
Yeah, so the idea is that these guys right here, I was checking the lines, you can see this guy right here, and then this guy can also see them, and so these 3 are going there, and these 3 are
So
going
they'll
there.
shoot some
Does that make
chariots.
sense? Yep. Okay. So I'm going to use the dice app for this, because otherwise it'll take for free.
How many shots is again? 36?
36 each.
Dice
Okay,
app
and
being
you're
used.
not AP -1 right now?
Correct.
Okay, so it's worth. Normally I'll scoop them.
Yeah, no, I should
Right,
roll.
right.
No, this, you should have me roll it. It's not going to automatically kill them.
So he's rolling. Those
All right,
guys
so,
shoot
because
a
I'm
lot of
dummy and
shots
didn't move
each,
my
so
chapter
he's gonna
master
pull
or
up
my
the chapter. He's
dude
gonna
bro.
just use
Oh,
dice
so I'm
app,
hitting
so
on
he doesn't
3s.
have to roll a
This
lot
is the
of
squad
dice,
that's not
saves
getting
some time.
the farther squad, in other words. Yeah,
See that digital app there on
Well,
his
cover, they
iPad.
ignore cover anyway. So the closest, so basically,
These
this,
models aren't here. They're on the bottom. They just represent.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm
they
sorry.
don't- No. Yeah. for
I did
sure.
not realize that. Do you
Yeah,
mind if I
yeah.
move them slightly? Because
Yeah,
otherwise
please,
I can't
please,
see.
go right ahead.
I did not realize that. That's my bad. I just would have adjusted them slightly over.
So he was measuring to shoot those
I do
guys
that
on
just
top,
so,
and
like,
it
the
turned
C
out they
squad
were
can-
It
really
makes sense.
within
I should have asked.
They're
Actually,
actually
that's my fault. So okay,
you have to have line of sight with those weapons to see.
cool. Just so I can see it, like a couple guys looks good.
He
there.
got a penalty for turning in his
So-
list late karma.
3 of these guys have the +1 to wound because they're shooting the closest squad, and the other squad does not. So this is the one that's not getting the +1 to wound.
Now he's
So
shooting.
30 hits. We need 3s, of course. No rerolls. Actually, get 1 reroll to wound. Cool. So 19 saves, AP dash on the back squad.
19 saves.
A lot of hurricane bolter shooting.
And if it's
They are centurions,
say
so
I
they
can roll
ignore
for
the
next.
penalty
Yeah, go
for
right ahead,
moving,
please.
and they always count as
all right, these guys same
the
thing.
bolter
You freeze,
drill,
but they're wounded
And they
out of
ignore
yes.
cover
and they ignore cover.
with the omniscope.
All right, and then 2s for these guys. If you dash, but ignoring cover. 1 reroll.
Given to them by the
So
Adeptus
22 on
Mechanicus.
this other squad.
It's all
4 minutes are left in the raffle, guys. So if you have not entered it, please
This
enter.
is the winner of this raffle gets a
And then I have
set
1
of pro
massive
tabletop
bubble shot
terrain.
from these side scouts going at that squad over there.
Giveaway. Get
So
yourself a
3s hit you. Reroll 1 for free. And then one of them, what is it? 1, and he's in 6 inches of the captain, so I'll reroll that one. And then, of course, I'm looking for 3s to wound your Dubros. So 5 AP dash on that far squad.
I like it. Matt's very definitive in what he's saying and declaring. It's very easy to follow along.
It is very easy to follow.
Okay, cool. Shot. He has nothing in range.
Thank you, Scotty, so
I will
much.
spend 1 CP on the Thunderfire.
You got your emote, baby.
So I'm down to 10.
Spam them dragons.
Uh-oh.
To do the shell thing.
He's doing the trimmer shell out of order.
I'm going to fire on these guys.
Starts at the beginning of the
hold on
shooting
one
phase. He's
second.
got to declare the trimmer shell.
Did he not do it?
He's already started shooting. He just now declared his spin.
Just thinking about it.
yeah.
Did you want to vect? Is he on the? Does he have to be on? Doesn't he have to be on the board to vect?
Good point.
So, Will, you
That's why I was asking if he's on the
intervene
board.
about the trimmer shell?
All right. So
I
We
so
should
didn't wanna do
probably.
it anyway.
Hey,
that's a lot to spend
Will?
for 3 CP. All right. So 40.
you should call a
minus
judge
1
over
wound,
there
of
for
course.
Tremor Shell.
How many shots? So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I mean,
Looking, of course.
he's
for
got to declare it
threes,
at the
'cause you're
beginning, though,
minus
dude.
1 to shots.
That's literally the
reroll 1 for
rules.
free 'cause I'm
It's
awesome
not about
like that.
takebacks.
It's only 2 hits. I would normally need 3, so I need 4s to win.
Yeah, you guys get to
Take
do what
that
you want
one
to do.
save.
But,
And let them run out.
if
Go
Juice
to-
wants to let him
2,
take
so
it
I
back,
can
then I guess
still-
he can, right?
Yep. But they can only move half now, of course. Perfect. All right, so shot. He is shot.
Is what?
We're getting that sorted out on the table. See what they say.
Active judging said that the trimmer shells has to be nominated at the very beginning of the shooting phase.
That's right.
Really?
That's right.
Yeah.
Them's the rules, baby.
Oh.
Bum, bum, bum.
We'll pull up the book, check it out, but we played some Marines out here.
Today I learned.
Oh, this is the best job ever.
Cheers. Oh, you're right. Shit.
Mistakes happen.
Okay, never mind.
Mistakes happen, dude.
Untrimmered.
Okay, the street, the raffle's closed. Thank you for all those that entered it.
Okay, in that case,
So the prize pool, we have $10,000 in cash for the top 8 players.
That's right.
And then we have a number of
2 wins each. I'm assuming
gaming-related
I'll
prizes for the
That's why I'm
other
doing this. Probably should've asked that.
bracket winners.
That's
so if
right.
you're not in the top 8, you still also have chances to win.
That's right.
So 5,000 cold
Before
hard
they
cash
fire,
to
then
number
that
1. So we're
right.
super excited to
I'm
hand
gonna
out the
spend
big
2
check.
CP for him to shoot twice, because I do that before he actually shoots. And then I'll shoot the at that
So you
spot.
go down to 9. Do I get
So Frostfire's saying that. Who did you say that had that illegal
First
list?
batch. So
Who did you say had that illegal
4,
list?
6, 7 for the
I don't
first
think
batch.
this list is illegal.
No,
So
not on
threes,
this
rerolling
table.
One of these.
One of them has
Yeah, so 3s. Hit one normally on 2.
six.
Gotcha. Yeah.
If well, wait. I don't think it's illegal to have heavy supports. I think he's got a
AP minus
brigade,
2.
dude.
But I'm
6
in
heavy
cover
weapons
and I'm
teams.
obscured.
Is that what it is?
Oh, you know what?
Tim-
You're absolutely right.
Tim
I totally
put
forgot this crater. So you are correct. So 6 up.
So we'll send that to the judges to review.
What's his last name? Tim what? Let me know his team. Let me know his name. Oh, that's his name, Rory Bader.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, rule of 3. No, for sure, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Rory Bader. There he is.
Yeah. We'll get the judges right on it. Good call.
Well, we'll see what that is all about.
Reroll one of these. So 4 more.
All right. So heavy weapon, missile launcher, heavy
So that's
weapon,
him.
missile launcher,
We have
mortar
these guys.
team.
He's Popper Prince and looks out on a 2-up, right? He's Popper Prince. Yes. Okay. So it looks up on 4.
Yeah,
they have
dude,
4
look,
wins
he's
there,
got
right?
1,
So I will start with these 2
2,
buttholes right here.
3,
They'll use the ignore
4,
line of sight,
5, 6.
ignore
He's got
cover,
6 heavy
+2
weapon
hit
teams.
gun,
Okay. I'll
and
send it
shoot
off to
him.
the.
So looking for 2s to hit you because I add 2 to hit. I am near the captain, so reroll both the 1s. And then I'm looking for 3s to wound you, of course. Rerolling one of these for free because Master Artisans.
It's right there.
So
That's great.
3 AP minus 2s.
So
Just look out, sirs.
Look out, sirs. There's one wound left.
Okay. Second squad, same thing.
All right, shooting eliminators.
Shooting the same
Reroll
thing.
1. It's cocked. I'll reroll it. And then 3s, same thing. Reroll one of these for free. So 3 more, same thing.
Look out, sirs.
So he's looking it out on his characters. Genius of the Cult.
I have 3 more
Passes.
shooting. You might want. Yeah, I was gonna say you might want to save your CP.
The judges are checking on the list y'all were just discussing, fellas.
Yeah, his name is Rory.
Oh, you still? Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
I
you
guess you
sent
still
it.
have to
Okay.
technically take it.
If I would have done it one at a time, but
I got
I'll
you.
go ahead and do it.
No, that's fine. He's T5.
Yeah, we can show the people. Let's get a shot of the people playing the game from Alex if we can get a chance at any
Choose
time.
again. Reroll the 1. And you're T4, so 3s.
and then
Oh shit!
minus 1 hit.
I should be.
Gotcha. Just sometimes stuff gets,
Threes,
you know,
not 2s, 'cause
stuff
I'm minus
happens,
1 and I
man.
moved. So 3s to hit you. Still hit. 3s to wound you.
What would be done? Well,
ignore
that's,
cover,
we'll leave that up to the
and
judges.
AP
That's not our place to make a call.
Usually a list
just
infraction
one
like that will get a yellow card.
It'll get a yellow card and maybe
Shot,
3.
shot, shot. Can't shoot.
Maybe you can't
Did
play
his
with 3 of
thing.
those
Shot,
heavy weapons
Yeah,
teams.
he might get those. Points.
You might get 3 of those pulled.
No charges.
Which would?
Is that supposed
There
to
we
be
go.
submitted?
There's your shot. There's players. There's Juice on the left. There's Matt Root on the right.
All right, so if you don't know who
fine.
these guys are,
I didn't want you to
their
fail
voices,
anyway.
there they are. Live in
Okay,
person.
so kill wise, I got
Juice, my champion.
3, 4.
Bam. Juice. Tell Juice to wave at the camera.
Big Daddy.
And of course, I'm holding, obviously.
My man.
Sorry,
Oh, we missed it.
man.
Wait a minute.
There he is.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, you just want to measure. I'm assuming you're going for the charge. Essentially, so.
That's awesome.
That was fantastic.
So we got it. You guys, you asked for it, and then you get it. We delivered.
My man.
Don't say I never did
You
that
move
for you,
12.
okay?
Yes, 10.
Not yet.
Fuck
Too
it.
early.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Too early.
Yeah, it's just
Go
bugs
YOLO,
and
baby.
Imperials in one list, man, basically. Like, it's not really even bugs. They're kind of like this hybrid. Gene Stealer Cult basically just runs, like, a lot of
guessing
Gene
it's still
Stealers,
advancing
as in
somewhere
their
else.
name. And then they'll have a lot of, like, Brood Brothers and stuff, which are basically, like,
I don't want you to
Imperial Guard
forget
guys
them and then
that
be like,
have just
"Oops,
been
oh well."
taken over. And great shots, Alex. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Gene
Otherwise,
Stealer
active
really is
judges
like
will yell at you.
before you turn into full Tyranids, Gene Stealer's the kind of the fluff behind Gene Stealer's is they'll kind of
Thank you, Shelby.
they'll stow away in
I actually didn't
ships
know that.
and,
That's actually good to know.
freighters
That's
a woman.
actually a big
to
deal.
go to planets, and then they'll kind of start infecting the populace,
no clue.
and over time they'll morph the populace into Tyranids. And so when they're kind of they're called hybrids when they're kind of halfway through that metamorphosis. They got metamorphs. They got all sorts of different names, and you start doing this big propaganda thing where they start doing the synapse and the hive mind. You start having people form cults where like the normal human populace is kind of
Super cameras.
rooting for the Tyranids and the
Dr.
hybrids,
Steven
and then all of a sudden,
Juice
they
like
eventually
super
will
popular. Look at
turn
this.
all the way into full Gene Stealers, and that kind of heralds
That's just what I'm going to call you.
the uprising before Tyranids come in and just eat the whole planet. Yeah, so.
You can use it on BCP. And so Matt Root submitted his list a bit late, so we don't have his list.
But we can't pull up Juice's list here for us to take a look at.
Thank you, Shelby.
BCP is a quick way to look at it if you just want to take a look.
Yeah, BCP is the fastest way for you to do it.
Under 5.
We can pull up just Juice's list.
You want
but
to shoot?
I just need to make sure his ass is.
now,
So Juice is trying to move so he can kind of
Bullets?
get some shoots on during his turn.
so it's interesting. How far to Lehman Russ is? Let's actually here. Let's do this.
Let me move that.
Let's go. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Lehman Russ. So we just saw what he did there with that movement. Is it just tank commanders? Then?
Yeah, take a minute.
So if we look at this movement on these things,
I don't know if does he have tank commanders? I guess so.
Okay.
oh,
Go with a full 10
the
or
movement
whatever.
is asterisk because how far tank
Just trying to
commanders
be-
move? Is it 8?
I believe it's
if you're having
10.
pictures
It's
of
10.
them.
Lehman Russ moves 10.
Okay. So what he did not include, and I don't know how we're gonna do this, but like, you know, when he oscillates, that counts for part of his movement. So I don't know if he could have slid all the way from there, oscillating that vehicle, and then scooting out. That was a long 10 inches, my friend. See, look, even right now, see, look at this. When he's gonna turn this, oh, dadgummit.
AKA Juice.
Yeah.
Is it like a
it's too,
particular
it's
kind
too,
of
it's too
juice?
late. It's gone now. He's already done it now.
They were both watching them.
Missed my shot.
Orange.
We had it.
How did that nickname come to be? I gotta ask.
High school.
I'm sorry if I'm distracted. I can shut
No,
up if you
not
want.
at all. Not at all. So, high school, I drank a shit ton, and they would be Minute Maid, orange juice.
Like the cans?
No, half-gallon jugs, and I would walk around school and everything. Like I knew all the teachers were cool and everything else, right? So like they would allow me. So I just
Let's
walk
go to
around
the top
and
down
it was,
view.
like, juice and just stuff.
get
I got
top
chef
down.
jackets and like really nice white tablecloth things.
I have
Anyway,
a
so those
nickname
tank
from,
commanders,
high
but,
school,
but
which is not
sliding
really school,
sliding out
which
like
is
that though
which is
will
sad.
Can we scroll a little bit to the left so we can see side of Juice's table?
let's go top
Movement, sir?
up and to the left. Yep.
Yeah, guys, he did subtract for his sliding sideways. He did it first, and then he moved out from behind with the subtraction.
He did count the subtraction. Okay.
Good deal.
Yes, he did.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. You're the man, Will.
Yeah, I will move in advance.
Okay, sounds good.
BCP, Best Coast Pairings, baby. We got the crew here live and in person.
We got the
helping
dude that
to make
invented
sure-
it.
making sure that we're taken care of. Also, big shout out to ITC Battle Apps.
Yeah, big deal.
Um,
It's really helped. Made things awesome.
That's what we're using to report the scores in game. And then we're also using that to link up with BCP. So as players score their rounds, they can push that back to BCP, and all the pairings are pulled
right.
in. So
That's right.
it's really great. It's helping our broadcast. We can show that to you guys live.
So for those of you just joining us, man, this is the Atlanta Open.
That's right. This is Damien. I'm Thomas.
That's right, man.
Round 2 of Atlanta Open. This is the first day, so we're
We're the
here
guys you
all
got to
weekend
deal with
long.
all weekend.
That's right. Put
Sorry
up with
about
us.
that.
If you like what we do, we certainly love it. Let us know what you'd like to see in the chat.
That's right.
Hit subscribe, join, share, call your friends, tell them what's up. If you want to see some Warhammer, if you have any questions about what's happening, we're trying to explain it as we go. We try to give you some insights on the game. And then we got a lot of
We got
personalities
top
in the
knots
room.
here.
Go.
We got ties.
This
Come on, man.
It's
This is
got $10,000 on the line. So
$10,000.
a lot of
$5
a lot
grand
of
for that
folks.
first place winner. I mean, that's a big deal, man.
Yeah.
No tournament like it.
So we're excited. So right now we're on table 1. Actually, stream table 1.
Right here.
He is. Where's my sheet? Someone took it.
You guys have the sheet.
You didn't say you're overcharging.
So we got right here. We're playing Juice versus Matt Root.
Thank you so much.
Let's go over to table 2 and see Sean Naden and who he's playing. Where is our sheet?
And
They have
you're
it.
rerolling ones, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Okay. So 3, which one's which? Sorry.
So we're going to
So,
transfer on over to
Plasma's
table
red.
2 here, take a look at
So
it.
who's Naden playing?
Sean is playing Patrick.
Patrick, that's your guy, man.
Yeah, it's my guy.
And
So
they also have Search and Destroy on the deployment, so table quarters.
Okay.
Sean's secondaries were Marked for Death, Recon, and Old School. And Patrick went with Gangbusters, Old School, and
Okay.
Headhunter.
So 4 to them.
Hey, Mob Rule
And,
John, thank you so much, man, for saying all that you said. It really means a lot to us that you enjoy it. We're trying hard, man. We're trying hard to make it fun for you guys and exciting.
and bring something new. We all love Warhammer, so this is just something
And
extra that we want to try to add to it.
5, 6?
6.
Let's see if we can get that camera
We're
switched
gonna
over
switch to-
to
they're
table
They're
2.
just working on something. We're going to switch to camera 2 here, table 2 here, to
As soon as
see
we can get over there.
what's going on.
So while we're waiting for that, let's keep an eye on what's going on here. With Juice and Matt, looks like he's picking up some models. What just happened there? Matt?
6 battle cannon to the unit downrange.
Looks like the Lima Rust is firing
So
down.
One of the 3.
Trying to kill some scouts.
All the suppressors are the same, right?
What's that?
All the
Yeah,
3
they're all the
suppress-
same squad.
Literally, I don't care which one.
Okay.
Just gonna pick one of the suppressor squads just to drop some battle cannon hits on.
Contract killer, I'll try to work on. I think you're talking about me. I'll try to not interrupt you as much.
So it's a
Instead I interrupt super cringy.
You're interrupting me?
No, yeah, I guess I'm interrupting you. So I think that's what he's talking about.
Oh, you're
and then
interrupting
you
him
killed 2 over
in the
here.
chat.
There's nothing else I can see over there.
They're saying I talk too erratically.
No. Yeah.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment of me.
He did just drink a whole Red Bull, so he is a little amped
Ooh,
up.
that's true. I'm pumped.
They didn't lose any. That squad's dead. All right, so end of the turn. You got to kill.
Oh, so we switched over to
So you're
Sean's table
holding.
now.
I got kill more, hold more. And bonus obviously does not happen. I got 1 headhunter, and I'm just going to count Reaper at the end of the game. Sorry, we got 2 headhunters, and then I got a Butcher's Bill. So 2 headhunters and a Butcher's Bill. And Reaper, again, I just do it at the end of the game.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Do they have
Turn
the?
go.
He said Reaper.
I
and-
am not
and
yet going to switch to Tactile Doctrine.
Doesn't quite look like it matches up.
4 now.
Oh, we're listening to Matt in the background. The audio.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay.
We're just streaming 3 tables. And we're kind of picking them by what the matches look like,
So, and then just so we
different
know,
stuff
which
like
unit
that.
has got 3?
Thank you, Adam. I appreciate it, buddy. But I want to make everybody happy too, so I'll try to be less erratic.
You got audio on table 2?
Yeah, we're listening to it, right?
Looks like we had at one point switched over to. We were still on Matt's table. The Juice. There we go. There's a good shot of the
Look at
Patrick's
that.
bikes. The Legends about to hit those guys hard. No more bikes. Those are Command Squad bikes, I believe. He's got some scouts, all rocking the old 25s.
Thank you,
Battle for
Mexico.
Salvation. So,
Yeah, John Lennon is playing White Scars, I believe.
so you got some Lennon, Team USA for Sean Naden. You got some Battle for Salvation for Patrick. Obviously, our sponsors, R.S. Andrews and Blue Whale. Thanks so much for those guys for helping making this thing possible.
Secret weapons and all these guys. We actually have a
3D
lot.
game.
So,
If you want some of the objective markers, 3D Wargaming makes those for us. So hop on over there.
so that's something we love right there that we see, where he just gets to pick that terrain up.
And look at
measure
that
it.
camera there. You can see that top-down shot.
Can we,
you see that
can we
little,
switch to the gimbal real quick, please?
Let's-
He's getting some beautiful shots on the gimbal.
that gimbal shot? That's a little handheld camera that we're able to use as we roam around the event.
The raffle did end already for this.
Look
for this
at that
round.
shot. So that shot is coming right off of that little handheld. Basically, it's an iPhone.
Man, Sean Naden's stuff looks great, man.
And there's Naden's ubiquitous Eldar. If you've seen, he's had these guys rocking around for quite some time. The Incarn, he's a surgeon with that unit.
Is the terrain pickup considered an act of God?
So you can see how great those mats look. I mean, if you haven't seen these pro tabletop mats, they're fantastic. We kind of had that original kind of basketball type feel. It was a little too sterile, so we went back to the drawing board based on your comments.
Did we do the? You just released it?
Yeah.
Foosbella? Is that the raffle guy? Oh, Foosballa, you won a full set of terrain.
That's fantastic.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Rigged.
Rigged.
Congratulations,
That's
man.
fantastic.
We'll
So-
go ahead and message us, and we'll send it out to you. Private message us or
Yeah,
whatever.
the
on
great
Twitch.
thing about the terrain and the way the mats are laid out, so you have that outline on the bottom, so that kind of is the footprint of the ruin. So you always know if you're in the ruins. But if you need to move that piece of terrain out
See,
of the
look
way,
at that. Bam.
just so you know from a movement perspective, you can measure that clearly, you're good to go. So it's fantastic for making the game precise. Sometimes when you have ruins or hills, you start getting that rubber ruler in it inadvertently, trying to do at an angle. So putting those guys down, moving that terrain out of the way, we know where it goes back to, so we can always place it back when we need it for line of sight. So Juice's CP is not actively updating correctly, so we are keeping track on the table. We have our man on the scene, Will, keeping an eye on it.
They're at 9-9 on table 1.
There you go. We can get an update on Justin Lois, yes. So I'll put that on the list, and we'll send a runner over there. Foos will get you hooked up. All right, so they're doing a lot of movement. So while they're doing that, let's hop over to the other table. We have Austin playing Scott. Austin Wingfield, another Battle Brothers member, versus Scott Heresy Horace.
Combat guy.
So while we're pulling that up, Will, can you check in and see where they are in the game? On table 3, yeah.
Yeah, quick update on 2 CP. Sean Naden has 3, Patrick has 5, and headed to 3.
How many? I've done 10 across these two.
Oh, yeah, you've done 7, 10 total.
Yeah, so
You've
it's
done 22 plus 10.
Oh, I'm not. I can't double count him because he's a Kingslayer target.
Gotcha.
So I can't count those wins. But
You didn't Kingslayer him?
no, I can say this.
All right, guys. So I just found out about the list. It was an
16 of his
illegal
wins.
list,
I got
as
8
we all
there.
knew. And the judgment that has
So
been
8
done,
more,
he has
and
lost
I
a
have
mortar,
10, so
an
18
autocannon,
total.
and a
So I
las
got
cannon.
3 Kingslayer.
So 3 mortars removed, and then was he given a yellow card?
He was given a yellow card.
Bad at math,
So
2 Kingslayer.
the general consensus, though, was
And I got you
there
the
was
big
no
game,
ill
got you the
intent
recon.
behind it,
Cool.
that it was legitimately an accident.
I have
I don't want to say novice or whatever, but it was a mistake. It was an honest to goodness mistake, and by the character of the guy as well. It
got 2
really,
CP left.
really was.
Yeah,
He was
2
very,
pizzas left. That's right.
sincere with his apology and stuff. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to let him put in an assassin instead for the rest of the
We
time.
will tell Austin. Yes, Karma. So good job. Yeah, we got that handled. Thanks for you guys for pointing that out. Great work on our judges team to go there and get that resolved. So they removed those offending models, just one of each, it sounds like, of the different weapons, and then gave him a yellow card.
Yep.
Shout out to Austin from his wife. And the Bean, they're rooting for him, so we'll make sure. Will, can you pass that along?
Will, can you pass that along to Austin and say the Bean and his wife
knocks things over.
say good luck?
They're rooting for him.
Or they're rooting for
All
him.
all I see is a 6-pack, my man.
I love you.
He just gave a good hand pump.
I heard and I love you,
All
I
right,
think, too.
update on table 3. Scott has 2 CP. Austin has 5. It's looking like Scott has lost a flyer and possibly a unit of troops. Austin has just lost a few, looks like cultists or something along those lines. I'm not sure. I don't have his list on me, but just a few small troops. That's all.
So we can see,
He's gonna
there he's
explode,
got
get that.
2 Untitled Slayer. He's got his
just watch.
Kingslayer already done, and that's easy to get with those knights.
Yeah, man. Come on. You took your hand off the model, man. Come on, dude.
You know where he wants to die? He wants to die over there.
Like some good-natured bantering here.
Who knew? He only moved
Took
6.
your hand off.
He's a slow boy now. Here, I got you, my man.
So Scott's playing
Right
Iron
there.
Hands versus Chaos.
That's the plan.
Austin's Chaos.
All right, Morty.
Can we pull those lists up
get
for Austin and
Could do it.
Scott
Scott.
Horse, please?
Be this guy.
Could do that guy.
Just assist in the rear.
So this is the turn 2, as we all saw there. Yeah, congrats, Karma.
That is fantastic. Both of you guys with the beans.
That's awesome.
It's always fantastic news.
That's funny. I wish my wife. I wish my wife.
We're going to do the safe one.
He's playing golf. I don't know.
I don't know. He's not playing golf. He's doing the most manly thing. He's throwing trees in the forest.
Lumberjack.
He's a
chopping trees. One arm in it, Arnold Schwarzenegger, commando style.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Estranged Warhammer wives.
Come on, moving this for me.
No.
Pick that building
Pick it up.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, I mean, they
Pick the building up.
Doing some measurements here. Mortarian wants to move. So you can move that whole thing out of the way. Yeah, there you go. It's perfect.
Except he moved that model, so now nobody knows where that was.
That's great. That's a great shot there, though.
That is a great
Mortarian.
shot.
And
Well
just
done.
how easy it is, that terrain. There's a function that we want to put in there.
Stay hidden.
So if you've ever had to do a big tournament,
Makes
just trying
sense
to
if you're trying to lose,
build
man.
terrain and store terrain once the event is over, that's people don't really think about the buckets and bags of terrain you got to put somewhere once the tournament's over, and then just transporting it. So these terrain pieces obviously functionally do serve a purpose in the game, but they're also pretty light and easy to move.
So we can see the list here.
It's pretty light. I like the low
Easy.
the low word count here for Scott and Austin's list, but real easy from Austin's side. He's running 3 Knight, the Spoilers, Mortarian, a couple characters,
So, yeah,
Poxbringer,
he actually
Sorcerer,
has a 12
and some
so
min
he
troops,
can
right?
auto
Some Poxwalkers
3
and some
or
Rare Guns. On
And
Scott's
the
side, running Iron
four.
Hands.
Yeah, we just got the librarian, the lieutenant, pretty standard. We got the infantry squads.
And
Wow,
also
a
you
lot of
can't move
infantry
anything
squads. That's
since, you
interesting.
already took your hand off.
An intercessor squad, and wow, a lot of infantry, and then a couple planes.
Yeah, so he's got 3
And the,
repulsors.
and the 3 executioners.
Yeah,
Now that is where it'll kick you in the teeth.
That's pretty heavy as far as for Austin's sake. That's a lot of firepower.
That's a lot.
Big gun hits, dropping bombs on the night. So
not
he's
gonna
in
smite the flyer away.
he's in a tough match for him based on what I've just seen on here.
For Austin or for Scott?
It's tough for Austin because all those repulsors are just ready-made to just pull.
And he can't
punch
move
holes in
across
the
the
night.
field, right? Because his infiltrator's like, no, you stop here, you stop there, right? So he's kind of hemmed in where he can go.
Yeah, he can delay him a little bit. He doesn't really have Austin doesn't really have any deep striking guys.
Yeah.
So the infiltrator's ability to block out is not really going to be used.
No, but they get to be in the middle of the
They can
table.
definitely, they're Phobos, they can infiltrate up
Yeah.
and just block. So yeah, that just delays to allow Austin more time to.
Can we try and?
get
Oh,
shot
there's
by
the
those
repulsors in the back there. Okay, I see it now.
Can you scroll back to the left a little bit?
Up and left. Yep. So we can see how all 3 of those things are stacked up back there.
And you can kind of see here in this corner, we get the camera rotated. There you go. You see all of the
There we go. Bam.
repulsors.
Stacked up in the corner. He's got that knight closing the gap. So the interesting thing too, though, is if we're looking around, that's perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you see this knight trying to make it in, but these repulsors are they got a lot of guns here to punch a hole in that guy.
So I don't think he's going to be able to make that charge on that turn, especially with that -2 into the repulsor.
Yeah, he is in a crater, so while they've moved that piece of terrain, there is a crater there.
And it's -2 to charge because of the repulsor.
Oh, that's right.
-4.
So -4. So even if he was in range,
he couldn't do it.
I don't think he's in range to do it. He's just going to try.
We're
to shoot.
looking right now. Oh yeah, that's way more than 12.
So
we can pull it back to top down.
Son, who wants to reroll hits?
Ooh, look at that shot.
A 3 reroll.
So from a
Good thing to do.
that gimbal cam,
There you
look
go.
at that.
I've heard
Get some nice shots. There's some
Look at
greatly
that
painted
angle,
models.
man. It's beautiful painted models.
Oh, the knights look fantastic.
That's look at that scene.
Wow.
I mean, that is like straight out of a 40k freaking
They're like castling
movie.
up as the knights bear down.
That's so cool.
like circle the wagons.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking sick. man.
But they're just some big guns on those wagons. So I don't envy
He's got 2
Austin's knight there.
I mean, he's just got to make 4 ups.
Just make some saves. Roll 6s to win. Isn't that my strategy?
That's your strategy.
I played against Austin. Austin's a great guy. I love Austin.
He is fun to play. I played him too. I played him a while back at what's that North Carolina thing we went to?
Carolina Crusade.
No. We went to North Carolina. Remember we went up there. Maybe I stayed with Steven in that one, but you were up there.
Almost dead tank, 7 shots.
First time I met Red.
In Carolina. I don't know.
It was.
Those are repulsor executioners. Those are the Space Marine transport tanks with the heavy guns on them, so they hold 6 Primaris guys.
He's not in it, so
He's touching it. I mean, I would think so.
Roll it.
Roll it, see if it matters.
So why do you think Mortarian's staying back so far?
If it matters, we'll ask.
Oh, they made them all.
It will not. 46, 10.
That's a good question.
Oh, Warzone Atomic Empire. That's exactly what it is. Bam! Warzone Atomic Empire.
Evan knows. What's up?
In which case,
Good job, Evan.
I'm going
Shout
to
out to
use
You're the man, buddy.
Vengeance of the Machine Spirit.
he did his job.
He did it. This laser cannon is going to shoot. This is the
Yeah, it
one
was
where
fun.
I don't wound anything.
So we got a note on Juice's list. Doesn't have too many CP since the Brood Brother detachment only gives 3 for a battalion and not 5.
That's interesting.
Can we get a verification
I'm targeting you
from
and
the
shooting
judges
phase.
or from the table?
I'm going to say yes.
Will, if you don't mind passing that along, did you hear the question, Will?
We'll send that out.
CP left.
I did not hear the question.
That's
You're not
okay.
gonna
I think he's going to send it to.
Ah,
we go.
the update. I already got the answer.
Oh, okay.
Juice's CP is correct. He gets
Choice.
3, not 5 from Brood Brothers, but he does have a Warlord trait that gives him an additional D3. So he rolled a D3.
You're rolling
Yeah, a
ones.
couple extra.
Good talk.
Good
the
call.
best.
And thank you, judges, for giving me the quick prompt answer.
That's a lot of missed heavy laser
You're the
destroyers,
best,
too.
man.
No, I understand he doesn't want to die to repulsors, but can't Morty
He's like,
at
"I don't
least
know
jump
what
in
I'm
the
doing."
middle of the table so then
No,
he
I
can
was like this guy.
fling himself
Yeah, but
closer? Like,
oh, I've missed so many heavy laser destroyers.
Maybe he's
Holy
just.
crap.
All right, brother. The next guy is hitting on 3s.
I mean, doesn't he have to go up the table?
We're gonna shoot this guy's bolter.
Well, if he just pins them in the back for a few turns, there's no guys to score objectives. So there's no reason to just all in
All right.
and kill all
So
your guys.
-1 damage. How many wounds
Yes.
does he have left?
I just feel like,
14.
I guess Morty's not.
Probably still better just to shoot him.
Well, those are not Morty's allies that are on that objective right in front of him. So
Oh,
he sent
those are
Morty
not?
back to take out those guys.
What are those? Are those infiltrators then?
I believe so, yes.
Oh, okay.
This guy
Oh,
there.
Morty,
Stubber
those
here.
are
I thought those were like,
these guys here are
Stubber.
they're bad guys.
those are not Morty's friends.
Yeah, okay. Well, now it all makes a lot
He's
of
got
sense.
work to do.
Morty will cut those things in half.
He's busy, okay?
You're right. No, that's fair.
And he's not slow, so it's going to take him 1 turn to clear that, and then he'll get move up.
Cannabis, thank you so much for your subscribe, man. It really means a lot to us, buddy.
thank you
I
so
really,
much.
really appreciate it.
Down another time.
Oh, look at that. So Knight's taking out planes.
Great shot, Tex. 3s.
So let's scroll down on the screen just a little bit.
Yep.
I want to see what that
-1
one unit there is.
Yeah. For each of these.
So 2, 4.
There we go. It's the other
7.
Knight. There we go.
11.
Perfect. So what's firing right now? Will.
Stubber.
Hey, Stubber. I heard that.
He just took 11.
No 6-ups.
No 6-ups.
11.
Rob, thank you so much,
Knight
man.
trying to kill that.
Really appreciate the support with your Twitch Prime as well. Thank you.
I mean,
Yes.
I can't.
Austin Stubber took out the flyer and then did 11 wounds on the repulsor.
Oh my
Oh, ouch. You roll hot. You roll hot.
Dude, that's what we're seeing with the Knights now these days, right? It's triple, or you got 3 Knights with their freaking thermal
This guy,
cannons,
not to
and they
be
just
greedy,
lay down
he's
on
gonna
stuff,
just-
man.
You should.
We were talking about this just the other day with Mike Sills.
Mike Sills is like, well,
I could kill. I kill 3 repulsors. And no big
Not gonna be
deal.
greedy.
I'm like, who the heck is playing repulsors in your meta, man?
Well, apparently.
Apparently Scott.
Those 2.
They are painted nice. I'd
They
hate
are.
to not use them, but they're painted so
Really
nice.
nice. If it wasn't 5 damage.
And they're good. I mean, there's no, you can't say they're not great
If it wasn't
tanks.
5
Yeah.
damage.
It was a
Big
miracle
3, 6
Stubber.
ups.
He's just a good pilot, man. He's a good night
up.
driver.
All right.
Another repulsor down for the other night.
Oh, so he's killed a repulsor? He's killed a second repulsor.
Oh, dude.
We may have spoken too soon.
This game's over, dude.
Wow, with only one repulsor left and all 3 knights still functioning.
This game's over, dude.
I don't even know what
I'm calling
what
it.
Scott's got to do.
And then he just made his charge.
Morty's going to just dice
Cut
and
those
slice.
things in half. They're T3. Woo! Plus he's going to pop off with the mortal wounds if he remembers.
Here, are you gonna actually try and kill him?
Are you going to actually try and kill him? Yeah, that's what Mortarion does.
Just decide if he
He's
wants
like,
to pick them all
he's
up.
like, I'll just scoop him, dude. That's what you're doing.
So what we may do,
We are in turn 2.
yeah, we may want to just like while they're finishing up this turn.
Let's skip to another table because this is.
This table might be over pretty soon.
I mean, he's just going to shoot back with the repulsor, and it's going to. Let's go back to table 1 and see what juice. Actually, let's
Let's check in with Sean.
I'll tell you what. Let's ask you guys. What do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see Naden or Juice?
Probably out of range.
I'll let the people decide. I'm actually kind of curious about Naden right now.
Double 6.
Oh, Juice.
Yeah, they all.
They want Juice.
So we'll check in with
That's
both.
what I highlight.
I see
You
juice
could
popping
roll
up.
double
Oh,
six.
oh, it's close.
Good.
Oh, Naden, both.
All right, let's go to table 1.
Let's go table 1.
All right, we'll check in Nathan after that.
Here comes Juice. Then we'll hit split screen. In the future, we'll get you some split screen.
So Will, give us a quick recap of where we are in
Table 1. What's
table
it look?
one.
What's it looking like?
Get to play now.
As they put it, Juice is just now starting the game with the bottom of turn 2. He's in his movement phase on bottom 2.
Still got a lot more.
Now when he's going to start doing some more activations.
Now he's going to start dropping his guys in. So that's where he's going to send in his acolytes to start getting some work done.
Hey. Oh, Wilson's making me laugh, dude. He wants to settle for watching the light die in the Marines player's eyes.
It's not a lot of sympathy for these Iron Hands
Hey,
players
can
in
we
the
get
chat.
a, can we get a at some point? Can we get a face shot of table three's face, dude?
Of Scott's face?
Of Scott's face.
That's right.
We'll
That's
bring-
Root. That's Juice. Let's go to table 3. We see Nate in the background there. There's our man Will on the scene.
There's our man Will. Let's go over to table 3 if you don't mind walking over there. There we go, and we'll check that dude's face out in a minute.
Get the face shot. Oh man,
Listen, the people demanded it.
they want to see the lights. There's Austin, the man, the myth, the legend.
Look at Austin.
Just putting a hurt. Let's see his opponent. Oh, he's got the pose, the Captain Morgan pose.
Let's roll over.
Oh,
to his opponent.
Scott.
There it is. There's the other face.
Scott,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
supposed to
that's
lose
sad.
that many repulsors.
That's sad,
soon.
dude. He's like, what am I do? What do I?
He's going for that turn 3 crush. That's right.
He's like,
Hello,
what do I do with this
darkness,
tank?
my old
I don't know what I do
friend.
with it.
Well, I love that song.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Did I just do that?
I think you should do it again. Oh my gosh, that was fantastic, dude. For those of you that don't know, Thomas actually has an amazing singing voice.
I used to sing for years. So
He does sing. He does sing.
on occasion.
Oh, I brought it out in him right there. That was a sad face. That was.
Poor Scott.
He's trying to figure it out, man.
He's still trying to do some work, but
There's your
Austin,
camera and camera shot. How about
just
that?
dropping 11 wounds from one night on a repulsor.
It's so much.
That's
man.
a hard
just
hard
too
way to
much.
go. You can't let those guys get in your face.
It's just too much, man.
You gotta try to hold that 36 off for as long as possible.
Thomas can sing over the next break. Will you be willing to sing over the next break? Would you be willing to do that, Thomas?
I've got to get 50 subs.
50 more subs and you'll do it.
Yeah,
50 more subs, he'll do it.
I have to find a song for me to sing. The challenge I have is I used to be a tenor in my younger days, but now I'm just hardcore bass, so it's all low stuff. So to find the right song that fits.
I
my
mean, you know, I'm not going to say I don't sing.
My man.
Ben Damien in a previous life used to be in a band
I did.
for traveling around
I did, but
internationally, didn't you?
no, just national, just East Coast. But I also was a stripper, so, you know, I did a lot of things. I'm just
He
kidding.
totally like say, what? You didn't see my face on that one.
That's right.
What he just said?
Hey, proverbial.
Dude,
Yeah.
Oh my
I didn't make any money, but that's why I had to get out of it real
I was about
quick.
to say, how long was that career?
No, it wasn't very long. It wasn't very, about a week. About a week.
Because we're playing the same army.
Technically.
All right,
Yeah,
we'll
no
see you
matter what
later.
I win. I mean, really. Either
UConn.
Juice win or I win. So I mean, either way.
Have a good lunch.
I can't
Guys,
lose.
right now they're discussing if Juice can take out 5 units with
No!
the gun on the table. They're both discussing it because they both are Gene Slayer cult players.
They are heavy Gene Slayer cult players. So you see
can't
Juice
intercept
here.
unless anybody's within 12
It's kind of lined out his
gotcha. So
area of
everybody
I can
is,
deploy.
they're not going to be able to see me. You
And he
can
wants to be able to
intercept me
charge
with that
through
unit
this
if
wall on
Okay,
these
so I'm-
Centurions, so he
I'm
knows he's
showing
got that
up 9
little
inches
ruin to
from
kind of
me.
go through.
So you can avoid a lot of hurricane bolts.
Centurions are going to be rock salt.
That's right. So he's gonna rock Saul. Everything depends on this rock salt charge.
It's really smart as a Gene Stealer Cult player, by the way, to line out your deployments just all the way around, right? And then you can just pop them in real fast, save yourself on time. Because we're looking at the time right now. You know, Juice is just down to 1:04. We'll see what it looks like at the end of this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that on this because this is a long turn for him.
Yeah, Gene Slayer cult the first 2 turns, unless they're really hiding, and they really nerfed their ability to just hide all game. They couldn't just put guys into deployment until turn 6. They got to drop now like everyone else by turn 3 or they're destroyed. So his big heavy units, he's put them in deep strike, so now they're coming in this turn. He's got to get work done, or he'll just get shredded by those guys. But he does have a lot of good terrain in his window. So
Juice is Stephen 4 as well, for those of you asking.
yeah. So that's his real name. Everyone we know him
Okay,
as.
here's where
Juice.
I lie. I'm going to spend 3 seconds.
For whatever that.
He's part of the Battle Brothers.
We'll ask him. We'll ask him to
podcast.
tell. We'll ask him to tell in his interview after he wins this game.
He is your pick, so I'm rooting for Matt Root.
Right. Are all the.
It's the People's Champion on the line here. Remember, the People's Champion. Whoever wins the best out of 9 between Damien and I will be the lucky winner, and we will paint a character, the People's Champion, of your choice from one of you lucky Twitch users. So at the end of the tournament on Sunday,
we'll do a raffle.
we'll announce it. The winner will get to choose his character. We'll get that character. We will provide the model for you. You just tell us which one you want, and
we'll paint
we'll
it up,
and
and
for
then
you.
we'll send it out to you.
I wasn't gonna kill your patriarch. So.
And not kind of saying, but we know our way around a brush.
I mean, we're not foreign to it.
So Damien's a fantastic painter. So
I'm okay, a little better than average.
you'll be lucky if you get his model painted.
Thomas is fantastic. Don't listen to this guy. He's crazy. So obviously we did a cult ambush, or perfect ambush there. So he's moving up.
That's right. So he spent the stratagem. That's a 3 CP stratagem to get to move again after you deploy. So free move, D6 inches. So that's just to kind of helps you get a little bit closer.
So
So you
that
can,
should have cost him some CP, right?
yeah. And again, I don't think these CPs are actively updated. Yeah, so we're up. They had an issue with the Android app, so this was the app table. Android versus Apple. So that's why you're not seeing that update. So we're updating that manually on our end.
Hopefully one of these days we get that fixed where they can.
That would be 6 for Juice, 9 for Matt.
Okay, yep.
6, so he spent the 3. Oh, we got some more subscriptions.
Thank you.
Thank
Holf?
you.
Or Geo Holf? Do you want me to call you the whole thing? I'll do it.
And he's subbing some rewards to others.
Thank you so much, man. You shared 5. Wow. That's such a big deal. Honest to goodness, guys, thank you so much for your support, man. It really is. It's going to let us really be able to do this big time.
Yeah, let us know if you like what's going on, and then,
Or if you have
again,
suggestions and you think we could do something better, like helping me with, if there's things you don't like about the way we talk or the way we're doing things, we want you guys to be happy. So let us know.
So let's see if we can get an update from the field.
Look at that. Look at that. Wow. His models look great,
How
man.
you feel, Jess?
They do look nice. Look at that.
Did they
Yeah,
rule that
face
we
and
can
painted
do
on
They
this or
look
not?
nice, and you can see that airbrushing done really well on the
Got
shoulder.
some decals.
Oh,
Did they
one
rule
guy
that
not
we can do
painted.
this or not?
No, you cannot.
Okay. But I can
Those
do
Centurions
anything
do look
else on top,
amazing.
right? Just not on the L's.
You can go on the edge of the hills because they don't really count their open field.
Up here and everything.
You want me to call you the Great Boo? I'll call you the Great Boo.
You can't have your base coming off.
Apartment
the edge.
gaming from henceforth
do that?
shall be known as the Great
You can't do that.
Boo.
Okay.
This container stack is a separate set of unique rules. This is a ruin.
Thank you, After. Appreciate it. Hayes, thank you so much.
Fully on.
Wow, and 5 others. Holy balls. Wow, you guys, man. Y'all are going to make me cry on stream, man.
He does take this very seriously. He gets a little emotional about it. Damien, if you don't know, is a very sensitive guy.
I'm a sensitive guy, man. I'm a sensitive guy. I really, really am.
We love it. We're so fantastic. So
thank you, Lock Crust. Oh, man. And he shared 5 others, dude. Y'all are crazy, man. Thank you. I will, dude. If I get emotional about something, I'm serious. I will cry. I cry at movies. I'm a crier, man.
So I think we were just at Warzone Atlanta, obviously doing the stream there with those guys, and we were part of that group and part of that team, and we just had Adam, the best general. If you weren't there, he won after his long podcast struggle for 3 years, won the best general, and I think there's a lot of
it made me cry, man.
A lot of wet eyes in the field.
Made you cry too.
I was tearing up. I mean, Adam's one of my boys, so I was super excited for him and have him actually win best general out of all the awards. It's just the stars aligned and. Wow.
Thank you, the great Boo.
Fantastic. So we love it. We're very passionate about Warhammer.
Thank you, Loki. Guys,
we're glad to be here with you guys, sharing this stuff.
Thank you guys so much.
There's Adam. There he is. I summoned him.
You summoned the Adam.
Adam, the best general in the house. So, yeah, fantastic. We love Warhammer, if you can't tell. So just happy to be here, posting up, and just sharing this with you guys. So.
That's right, man. We appreciate you guys tuning in and being a part of us while we go through this journey, man. This is the first step in our journey with the Atlanta Open with Pro Tabletop.
Yeah.
Really taking their own initiative and kind of we're just trying to make it the best thing ever, man. We want you guys to all be a part of it. Eventually, what we want is it to be a spectator sport, right? We want people to come from all over. And come here like a real sporting event, don't we?
Yeah, we want them to watch it. We want this to be a spectacle. We're trying to really up the ante as far as broadcasting and showing you guys some new things that we don't see necessarily in Warhammer.
That's right.
And try to make it more appealing to the masses who maybe don't know what's going on, but they could watch it and see. So we're still learning through that. We're trying to get some content for you guys. We're up in the game here to the technology piece. We're trying to give you see here on the screen we have the round tracker. So when their apps are working, or if they're updating it, you'll see on the left, that's the kind of in-progress live scoring from each round. It doesn't say what turn they're on, but it does show they're on.
And you can kind of gauge normally, though, right? Like, I guess unless it's just a super low-scoring game, but generally speaking, these guys are probably in round 2, going into round 3.
So we got great ideas and plans for the future and how to grow this and make this better. This is obviously our first event here, so we're really trying to bring you guys something special. But love to hear your feedback. Love to hear what's working well and what's not, or what you'd love to see. But also, we're here at Atlanta Open. We're live streaming Warhammer. How much better can it be than that on a Friday? Not working.
I mean, absolutely.
And we're getting to watch some great players, Juice and Matt Root, freaking playing right here. On round 2, so this.
So whilst Juice is moving every 1,000th model for the 1,000th time,
let's go to
Cameron 2 and see what's happening.
And jump right in. Oh, the Hive Mind.
Thank you so much, Hive Mind.
Oh, another 5.
Let's go to table 2.
Okay, so let's see. So what's
so they're going to get that pulled up.
Do you have another squad of acolytes? Is that correct? All right.
What's unappealing? Let's see.
And again, the only were like 6.
I agree. What's going on in the game?
Yeah. No, I figured about as much.
Yeah.
What knocks out? What are you saying that takes away from the feel of the game?
And it's Mike. So how much do you have?
Be more specific, and we'll see if we can get it taken care of for you. So here's the Naden game. Let's pull up the stats and see what's going on. Clear through. And Will, have you, any kind of updates from your end?
Oh, so close. C6. 4.
25 emote. Holy crap. Hive Mind shared 25. Holy crap.
Wow, thanks,
Dude,
Hive Mind.
Thank you so much.
So
man.
I know the terrain is a little bit polarizing, so this is our first event, and this terrain does serve a number of purposes. We wanted it to be uniform,
That's
so
right.
that sometimes can be a little bit of a polarizing topic. But from a tabletop perspective, we had all brand new tables to put together.
Yep.
Brand new mats for all the tables, custom mats. Every table had to have terrain built and painted. And so this is, quite an endeavor from a tournament perspective organization to get all that stuff done and to have it look nice. Every table's got this terrain. It's all set up. And it has to be able to be stored and moved, and we have some big plans on how we're going to use this terrain and how to upgrade it. So this table mat is set. You have the outlines, but there's plans in the future to bring out new table terrain sets, so you can really change those terrain pieces out, still use the outline on the bottom, that 6x12 kind of layout, or the 4x6. Those different outlines can be used for other terrain pieces. So you can get a different piece of terrain and all of a sudden change that whole layout quite dramatically.
So, and you got to think too, like, what sport doesn't have the field the exact same across the board, right? Football, basketball, hockey, soccer, it's all the same, right? It's on the same kind of field. And I know 40K is not exactly the same. And if we compare this to esports, where it's actually relevant for what we're trying to do, like all those maps, like they use the same maps. Even if it's a variety of maps, it's the same maps across the board for all their different events and stuff. So we will have varied maps eventually in the future where we're going to have different, and the terrain will upgrade as we go, as we get better, and I'm sure eventually we'll be able to get some really. Now, if you look at this terrain, actually, so
maybe we can get a gimbal shot of some of the sides of the terrains where you see it's painted.
It is laser.
It's laser cut, but it's not just a bare piece of wood.
That's right.
It's painted. It's got some detail in it. It looks really nice, but it's also meant to be very functional.
That's right.
We did take some feedback and adjust our board to make it more, cinematic versus the kind of that basketball type flat white stadium look that we originally were going with.
That's right.
But we want to make the game very playable for folks not only watching from home, so they can kind of see what's going on.
Because if you have stuff everywhere, you can't really see the dice rolls, right? And
can't see the dice. You don't necessarily know where the terrain stops and begins. You don't know where objectives are, so that's why we went with these bigger, wider objective placements.
That's right.
So you can kind of see at a glance, is there someone within 3 inches of the objective? So there's a lot of things. So that's kind of the back piece. It's kind of bare there. Can we get a shot kind of at the inside?
You can kind of see it along the top there. You see those little ridges, how they kind of form like what you'd imagine to be like the top of like a church, an old church or something like that.
We'll probably get a gimbal shot in there in a second, and we'll see if we can get a close-up of one of the terrain pieces. And again, all the tables are outfitted like that, so they're all
Look at all the dice cups over there. Is that for alcohol or for dice?
That would be dice for Sean. That's how he keeps his dice right.
I know he does.
The light-colored small ruins and hills, the paint jobs on those, the tall in the L's in the middle have the same paint job. It just doesn't show up with the bright lights we have for everybody at home to be able to see.
And you can see on that wall that he just passed over just a little bit.
Yeah, it's real good. I mean, you can kind of see the lighting there. Kind of does push it out. We want to make it bright enough for you guys to see. So,
and you can see the terrain how he did like that kind of edgy, sort of rustic look. And all the tables are pretty much different. He's got like 5 or 6 different colors on all the tables. So when you go to these different tables, even though the terrain is the same, it actually looks quite different when you have different colors on it.
And it's interesting too because of how it still looks really good on that mat.
The mat looks crazy cool together with the terrain.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where you don't really appreciate some of the stuff that's gone into it, the lines and the deployment lines and just the 1-inch squares. That actually, it's very helpful in the game.
It is.
It's kind of crazy.
Red Alpha, I think you're right, buddy. We should jump more into the game. Apologize. Anyway, that's the stuff talking about the terrain. So let's can we turn
Will, jump in and give us a kind of quick jump start on where we are.
So that we can catch up and start talking tactics.
Yeah, guys, we're on the bottom of turn 2. Patrick is in his shooting phase. He did a little bit of damage with some psychic powers to Sean's Altark on this side of the table. Right now he's shooting with all of his tanks, trying to take out I believe those are night spinners behind the terrain of Sean's. That's what he's targeting right now, trying to do some damage to take out his indirect fire. Now he's measuring for his bikes. It's a very tight game right now.
And he's shooting him with those Sicarans over there?
He just finished with the Sicarans. Right now he's shooting with his bikes.
Oh, okay.
That are on the side.
Let's get a top-down shot so we can see where those bikes are shooting.
And then can we pull up the list as well, please?
We're going to assaults. Captain is doing. These guys are coming in here. No failing.
So I got
so
some
you can hear
here.
you can hear Patrick talking about his bikes coming in. And that's on that Incarn.
So he's going to pile through the hole. He's attacking every unit. Going to here. Lieutenant's coming in. Lieutenant's going to stay.
So is he just charging in there, Will? Is that all he's doing right now? Okay. Will's changing out. That is what they're doing, though? Okay, cool. So that's those bikes going into the Incarn. Or, into the Scouts. Scouts.
There's an Autarch there. There's some Rangers.
It's Rangers, yeah.
Or those could be Guardians, I guess. Those are Guardians. There's a heavy weapon platform there.
He'll need a lot. He's got to go around 7. That's 4. He'll make it. 30. Okay. 40. All right. And then
Looks like he's surrounded. The Autarch there.
All right, I'm going to heroic.
Can we get a zoom in down on that right section where they're fighting?
And he just heroically intervenes there. What can he heroically? Aren't those?
He had the Incarn there.
No, I know he has the Incarn there, but
misses.
so he kept. There we go, and then put that right on in. There we go. So he could not heroic intervene with the Incarn. I don't see where he could do that. And he based the Autarch. Oh, there we go, baby.
Look at that shot.
Look at that, dude. Chaos incarnate.
3. He's dead.
Thank you, Lockcrest. Lockcrest.
It's a nice shot.
It's a great shot. Oh, look at the
library.
look at the levy up there. I command you all. Look at that. That's fantastic. Brothers! You know what I'm talking about?
3 mortals.
So is this that guy in the center is a guy? It looks like an Ultramarine character right there in the center.
Yeah, I think that's his captain, right?
Scouts are 3.
Is that his captain?
Right there.
Yeah, that's his captain.
Yeah.
I think.
So that's how he heroically intervened.
Bikes take 3.
I
No,
see.
you already did
The other bikes.
What?
You don't need it. And the Tech Marine takes 3.
Ugh. Wait.
And he's dead?
No, he has 1 left.
If I get a count for killing him twice?
Nope. He
Power
doesn't
fist
die.
and chainsaw here.
So those bikes have storm shields on them.
What are you doing?
Fighting in a tech marine.
Tech Marine. I think I'm going to interrupt the Tech Marine.
We can pull up the list here in just a second. We'll get those up for you guys.
Right. If he doesn't kill, if I kill him, the Scouts are
So he's trying to debate whether he interrupts.
Yeah.
All right, we're in the assault phase here. Looks like Patrick is coming in with his bikes.
So I'll swing the Tech Marine.
He is surrounded the Autarch. So that's what we've got going right now.
Need
Sean,
5s though. Neg 4.
Sean is rolling his assaults right now.
Alright.
How much did that cost you?
2. I have 1 left. What do you have left, Pat?
I haven't spent any yet.
That was the end of the turn. Looks like they're doing their scoring.
Yeah, but we gave me 1 back.
I blocked that.
No, you didn't block that.
Oh, I bought the power to get to 7, maybe.
Yeah,
Makes so much
whatever you
sense.
want to call it, that's what it is.
What is it?
Remember our little thing, our little inside thing?
Alright.
Because we're
Tech Marine.
sweethearts and we
All
love
right.
each other. +1, I'm going to use it on the power fist.
You can do that?
Yeah, why not? You get +1 attack, what's the matter with it?
It's not the
Plus 1
end.
attack.
They were updating their CPs right there.
And it says 1 for each thing, but I have shock assault.
So Naden's down to 1 CP.
Can't give yourself
Patrick's
one
at
attack.
6.
I'm saying if the weapon only gives you 1 attack each, right?
Yeah, and you get +1 for shock assault. What's the difference? Please tell me.
I don't know. That's what I'm asking, because like...
All hit? No, 2 hits. Reroll to fail.
So it looks like there's a discussion going
You
on.
wanna
While they
get a
do that,
ruin,
let's
get a
pull up the
ruin.
Roll the 2
list.
and we'll see if those kill me anyway. If it even
Yeah.
matters.
So on Sean's side, kind of a standard list.
That's what he's been running for a little bit here. Actually, he said this is the longest list he's ever played with.
That's right. So he's got the Incarn, Irvain, and some Skyweavers, some Harlequin bikes. He's got some nice spinners, and 1 unit of Shining Spears, a couple units of Rangers. He uses those to try to drop in and bait, so the Incarn can drop in. It's got some Guardian and weapon platforms. Big unit of 20 Guardians. Those guys can be pretty durable with the strats. Farseer, all target blanks. Patrick's side, he's playing Space Marine Successor Chapter. Master Arson's is Stealthy. Ultramarines. He's got a couple battalions, scout squads, tech marines. He's got the veteran bike squads.
No, I don't get more than.
Some Sakaran relic tanks and Invicta morsels.
The harnesses are only giving you 1 attack per harness.
Why?
And then, Patrick, he's doing an interesting thing. No Gullyman in an Ultramarine list. And, of course, it is Ultramarine Successor, so he's got Master of Artisans and he's got the Stealth.
So there's some discussion about the Tech Marine harnesses. Did we get that resolved, Will?
I answer this, but I want to look it up to be sure. So just give me 1 second, that is.
So we got the judge involved. So
Kelly's over here.
the harnesses don't give any extra attacks. They just give you servo arms.
One
you
attack.
can use one of your attacks that you already have.
You cannot use all the attacks with the servo.
No, you can just use 1 attack for each arm you have. So you can substitute if you want to use arm attack.
So it's either a wound with his combat attack or it's a power fist attack. Because the second attack missed. If that's the case.
So a regular Tech Marine Gunner is 3 attacks. He's got a servo arm.
You guys can hear Kelly there.
Servo harness.
Two servo arms is what he comes with. Okay. You can make 1 of your basic attacks with the servo arm per servo. So he can do that.
So only 2.
So with shock, so forget shock assault. He has 3 base attacks. 2 of them can be servo arms. No matter if he's shock assault or not. If he's shock assault, the other 2 attacks are going to be whatever punching or knife or whatever.
Yeah, or fist. Yeah.
Why would that be?
Because that's what I agree.
Well, it's your regular save.
So I get a regular save against you.
Why would that be?
Good.
Yeah, Tech Marine Gunner has a servo harness, which comes with 2 servo arms, versus a regular Tech Marine. Their base is only 1 servo arm.
Scouts will go.
He's talking about the Tech Marine Gunner off of the Thunderfire cannon.
Right.
Staying out of an inch.
And if you bought a servo harness for a regular Tech Marine, either way, yeah.
Shoot.
Platforms.
That's right, exactly.
So now I take a unit.
All right, glad we got the judge there to clarify that.
Yep.
Well done, reffing.
Looks
It's a ref.
like
You keep calling it judge.
it is a judge.
No, it's a ref.
It is a ref. I said.
All the scouts are dead.
You keep saying judge.
Oh, it's just ingrained in me. Kelly is like my next door neighbor. Do we have Kimple's score up on the ticker? I might have missed it.
No,
Oh yeah, it'll come back around. It'll cycle.
We'll pull it up.
I haven't kept yet. I still don't.
You have 2 left?
Yep.
So Nathan Patrick.
6 to 3.
6 to 3.
The roll fails. All hit.
There we go.
All wound.
Are you still in combat with the Guardians?
So are we at a point where we want to jump over to Juice's game to see if any of that combat's doing work?
Swinging on him.
The bike guy?
Yeah.
5, you said?
5, yeah.
Yeah, let's go to table 1.
He's dead. Did you mark your 2 wounds that you got on him?
I did. I don't know where it's at. I only got 1 wound on the captain.
So those of you just tuning in, this is the Atlanta Open.
No.
You're here with Thomas Bird and Damien Owen.
No, you only did
We
1
are sitting
here.
in
He
round
got
2
marked when it happened. He
of
only
day
did
1.
here.
Okay.
He took 3. I marked them all as I went.
And we have a number of tables on
his
stream.
death.
And we can cut that microphone off of table 3
The Guardian.
Reroll 1 is free for 6, and then reroll 1 because master.
and jump onto microphone 1,
Yeah.
table 1.
One more. This is AP -1 against the grenade.
There we go.
6 up. 6 up.
All right,
So we're still in the shooting phase. It looks like we're
That
having.
is my Overwatch.
That is
Overwatch.
that is the
So
Overwatch.
How far do I get to move?
Oh, you baby girl.
7.
7.
I'm okay with that number. I will not reroll.
Sounds good. Now that
We are at Juice with 4 and Matt at 9 still.
All right, so Juice is coming in. He made his charge. He rolled
If
7.
you will actually, so we don't That is the edge of my base. If you'll just pick my model up right here. Yep.
Just put it as far as you can go, or
Yep.
like here?
They could just pick that terrain if they wanted to.
That's, yeah, we can
Oh,
just do that.
so much.
Pro-
Mas bueno.
There you
So we
go.
can probably
Boink.
There you
use this
go.
'cause you're going to charge over there too, right?
Yep.
Look at that.
Look at that. Matt helping him out, getting that movement to make sure that we're very precise in the movement. G Coat has a lot of
Now he has to be
charging.
careful though, because he can't be
So,
right there.
in an inch.
Can't overlap
Can't overlap on that wall.
the edge of the wall.
Oh, you can't be in the wall. Got it.
So I can be on this side over there, right?
Duh,
Okay.
juice.
That's probably
Yeah,
what it's going to
yeah.
happen.
Have you ever played 40k before?
Just because you're picking up the train doesn't mean it's not there.
Yeah.
So, you can't be invisible in the wall.
He's got a bunch of rock saws in this unit. It's going to cut those Centurions in half, dude.
Now they'll be -4, so he can transhuman them. So that's not
He
necessarily.
might not cut them in half.
Yeah. Oh, you wound on 2. It's because of all your special things. And
Cool. Enjoy the force.
More than the force. Yeah. And I'll still get a 6-up
great-
save because
great
it's only
tradition of
-4.
the
And he's only got 9 CP too, so
Yeah,
he's
I
gonna
know
go
that.
all day,
I'm
man.
so happy I moved him over on
Fire
this
Drake's
side.
pretty sure those
I know that
those
feeling
sets are
all
going
too
to die.
fucking well.
Yeah.
Are we taking bets?
I mean, I think they're dead. I want them dead. So I'm happy to bet they die. Are you want to? We're not allowed to do betting.
Not betting.
So you can't
betting.
be within an inch of the wall.
Not betting. Just bragging right betting.
That's right.
Yeah, you're good. You just couldn't be within an inch. That's all.
Are you saying they're going to live?
Yes, they're going to live.
They're going to live at a -4?
Yeah. Just 6-ups. It's only 2 damage per.
Okay, now you got to put your brain that it's not you rolling dice. So this is my other thing with you. I'm giving you fair warning just in case you feel like you need to get out of
I
this.
just rolled the 6s. What's the problem?
Okay, all right, that's fine.
And, 1 CP.
The bet has been done.
You, give him +1 to wound.
Friendly bet. And look what happens when you move the terrain out of the way, and you can just see the whole freaking table. And you can do that. That's fine. Honestly,
Another thing that you think about when you
except
have
we
the
got some
terrain there
models. We got some models in the terrain right now.
is we just want to make sure that from a viewing perspective that you can see. So you have a really nice piece of terrain. Sometimes it's hard to pick that up and move that out of the way and not have to just shift the whole board because of all the models. And you won't be able to see anything. So we want to be able to visibly see the fantastically painted models and not really affect the gameplay. So if we need to put that back, it's easy to put it back.
Yeah, table 3, Wingfield basically. I mean,
can't be within an inch yet.
I can pile inches.
it's.
You have to consolidate within an inch.
I mean, yeah,
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
the game's pretty much over.
Yeah, Austin was putting the whooping on poor old Scott, I believe.
He gave him some bad, baby, bad.
They're primaries.
Those melted guns were just destroying repulsors on the first turn.
It's fantastic.
Those 3 iron hand repulsors, and then at the end of that first shooting phase
Looks
from
like
the
I don't have
knights,
to move in
Thank
there.
you,
there
nap
was
time.
only one
I'm okay with
repulsor.
not moving them.
Okay.
Not moving him.
Did you spent 1 CP for +1 to wound during this combat?
Oh, he's going with the
Within
+1
an
to
inch, within an
wound.
inch.
It's perfect
looks
time.
like-
Perfect
use
time to be-
all the CPs just to get transhuman.
I mean, but he has to, doesn't he?
He's so strong. I mean, he has to, yeah.
And I couldn't
What if he
throw a
forgets to
intervene.
transhuman?
And there was no other characters.
He's got
when you
9
charge
CP.
with
What if he
veteran.
forgets? I said, what if he
Okay.
forgets?
Let me know when
Stuff
you're
forget.
declaring your stuff.
Yeah.
That's why he's asking. He's declaring his stuff.
So I'm going to.
I don't think he's going to. Matt was just flipping through, looking
Yep.
at his
So we're gonna
strategies.
go.
Oh, he
rock
might
solid
not.
here.
He's just going to give those guys up.
Maybe
Maybe he'll think it's worth it. I don't know.
This is use last year's
Last
CP.
3.
Okay.
I don't think that's
This is
enough
big.
attacks.
Don't roll a 1 here, Juice. That's right.
Okay, so I spend 2 and you're out of CP.
Yeah. That was. What you know, on a scale of like 1 to big.
He can vect it, but that
I picked
I'd still make him do
physiology and
it.
rolled the 6,
I'd
so
still
he
make
has
him
to
vect
spend.
it.
So
Spend
that
all your
means that
CPs
puts
if you
you
want to
out.
vect me, dude. Like,
Yeah, but then you lose your Centurions too.
I mean, they're going to die anyways, according to you.
According to me and Drake. Drake understands what's about to happen.
Juice vected transhuman.
Yeah,
Oh,
according
He
he
to
spent
did.
his last CP.
He had to. He had to, or they
Now they're
would die.
freaking gone. Get him off. You lose the bet. I win. Thank you. Thank you for playing. Thanks for playing, man.
Oh, that's right.
We said they'd live if transhuman was
Hey,
up.
he needs to fix those guys up on the top right on the other side there. They're standing in the wall.
There's a couple guys right
A couple
here.
guys right on the top right there.
Yes, sir.
That cannot be there.
What's up?
Just like these guys were in the wall, those guys
Where are they?
Oh, he's saying this guy's in the wall.
Yeah, dude. Just because you're Gene Stealer cult, doesn't mean you can climb all over the walls. Crazy,
All right,
man.
all right, we got your commentary over there. He's
So
fixing
then
it.
he has to pass through. I had to pile into there. So I can actually pile into
Sure.
to the exact space.
Sure. Sounds
You
good.
absolutely
Right,
can.
everything else still looks the same.
This guy, if he wants single hands, he probably won't be able to swing within an inch there.
No,
I
the
guess.
walls in the middle.
This is why I stopped.
The
playing
the
GC.
walls that are
Exactly the same.
inside,
So we'll just
draw
say
lines
yeah.
where the
Okay,
where
sounds
the
good.
actual walls are
All right,
for them.
I mean, it can interrupt, so do your whole squad, of course.
Yeah, bam, and then the other one goes the other way.
Yeah. So you can't like end your move halfway in between a wall. So
right.
on a pile in or a consolidate
So
or
I
just a
actually
charge
need to
move,
swing. I'll
you would have to
attempt
fit it in. Yep,
So-
there they are. So
This model hasn't moved, so I can
Oh, wow.
absolutely.
That's what it
pile
would
in
look
over
like.
here. He's
Nice.
closest, right?
Nice.
Yeah, just the 2 inches coherency
Very-
sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Good job.
So
That's
I
the
will,
issue.
I will force this to the max, right? Is that good?
Yeah, looks good.
it's just checking coherency there.
Yeah, gotcha. That entire rectangle. If you're on any of those
So, and then real quick,
checkerboard,
these ruins, this
Yes. It gives
they're
you
only
cover.
an L, right?
That's
Yeah.
like the,
Okay, so
No,
I
it's a
can be
full
on the
square.
side here, right?
No,
This
no,
one
it's a
was
full
this
square to
way,
give him
this
cover.
one was that.
Yeah.
This
It's
way.
just
Okay,
open
correct.
from
Gotcha,
the terrain
gotcha,
piece.
yes, sir. Okay.
So let's
so
pull
the
up
rock,
the rock saw and
let's
see
pull
what
up
they're
the-
going
that's
to do
exactly.
to
You read my mind,
the
dude.
rock saw. What's
I
going to
feel
do
like
these Centurions?
I feel like you and I are connected in our brains. All right.
So I guess I have to know.
Do I not know what a rock saw looks like?
Why
Why can't I read rock saws on here?
I honestly
Should
don't
be in
did
the
you
R's, right?
Did you add his list to that?
Yeah.
You got to add it on the other side.
Yeah, I did. Look, see, I got
This is
juice
the
on.
downfall of it. I love the
Oh.
removing the
No, you
hills,
don't. It adds it
but,
on
like,
both.
Because of that,
Yes, it does.
my guard gets let down, and so I'm not. So that's fine. I mean, they have 6 wounds each.
Yeah, because I got
2 wounds each, yes.
I got those flamers. Oh, here it is.
Okay.
It's heavy rock saw. I'm retarded. A little bit silly there in the brain.
No way I can.
All right, so
Not possible.
times 2 strength. You know, come on, guys.
So those 3 guys?
-4, flat 2 damage.
So I don't know if he got the power off to
So, I mean,
get
he
an extra
doesn't have
attack,
to be
an
that
extra
far.
strength.
He just did +1 to
Well,
hit, I
I
believe.
assume you
I'm
moved
with
it.
it.
plus
I'm
one
with
to
it.
I
move
assume you moved it
strategy.
around.
Plus 1 to
I'm not
move.
even going back and doing
No,
it.
I did, but like if I move to here, if I just have to kill these models, right?
Yes, the
So,
entire
like,
rectangle
effectively,
is
if
covered,
this
gotcha.
model, I don't want to touch anything anymore. If this model moves to here, that model takes its place. All of the, I would still get to have 4 here. When I go to wrap, this model goes there, this model goes here, and he goes here. So I'd still be able to wrap with 3.
So you're saying
It's horrible.
It's a critical move. It's where he's got a trap.
more like, I'll just move it like this and like this? Is what you're saying?
And then this model
He's-
would go here,
he's
this
like-
model would go here, and that model would go there. Right? Okay, cool.
Just move
So-
where you actually
Gotcha.
want it.
Right? So
we
that's
go.
it right here.
Surround it.
Because it'll matter if like a squad doesn't die or
Absolutely.
that
If it
sort of
doesn't
stuff.
die, then it doesn't. Any of this doesn't matter, right? So we're here
Okay.
Nice, zoom
on the
in
outside
there.
of this realm.
You guys are going to get
And
to
we
really
have 4
see.
over here because he's out. Okay,
Yeah,
so I
this
have
is some of
4.
the stuff that top
This
players
guy's
do, and
out.
especially when they're having a gentleman's game,
This
they're
guy looks like
discussing
he's out.
Juice's
I'll
intent
have 3 here.
on what could possibly happen
Okay. So
and
you got
killing the
3 guys here.
unit that is inside the ruins,
there.
and then on his consolidate, wrapping the model that was not in that unit so he doesn't get shot back up in return on match turn.
4.
Such a good play, man.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
mean-
what you do with this high-level stuff.
What you said, called, you got to live and die by that. You have to know how to trap to keep guys from coming out of combat, to keep your really fragile dudes from getting shot. I
I'm
mean, they
strength
cannot
5
afford to
because
get
of
shot.
psychic ability and +1 to
So it
wound.
doesn't matter if you run in and blow up a unit. If you get shot and killed that whole turn,
And they can't. I mean, they can't.
They can't suffer those type of losses.
And bolters, man, just about anything.
Yeah.
A stiff breeze will blow those dudes over.
So those are AP minus 3. Or,
Okay.
AP minus.
Are you nervous about this game now?
No.
AP minus
No.
1s.
No.
1 more, so 4 total. And AP dash.
You're not nervous about this game?
So 1 guy with 1 more.
Yep, this is what it is.
I guess we'll leave.
So you're saying Matt is going to pull a victory out of this? That's what you're trying to tell me?
I'm rooting for my boy.
I know you're rooting for him, but
So
come
then
on,
do I
let's just
pile in now?
let's just lay it
Well,
out
you-
there.
I can do the rest of the
Let's
swings then.
give me how you really feel about it.
I got to see how this goes. So if he
So,
doesn't roll great
you
on the
guys-
saws,
what,
a couple
3 here?
6s go through.
You got it.
He did not wipe the entire unit like he was trying.
Oh, Centurions?
No, he did not attack the Centurions.
Oh,
Here.
this is the top up there. He did not wipe the whole unit up there. That's still okay.
correct.
Just keeps him in combat though. Either way. I mean, he could wrap either way.
You have,
That's what he's talking
3
about
of 10s
earlier.
across the board. You don't
Yeah,
care
3
about
no matter
anything.
what. Okay. That's on this guy?
Yep.
This is on the Smash. Is that like Smash Captain?
You never
Yep.
touch another man's parabolas.
Wiped it.
And then now 15 to them.
Yes, sir.
He's about to roll on the Centurions. Right now is what you're about to see.
Let's see. This is where all the marbles happen.
The rock sauce.
Okay.
Wounding on choose.
Yes, sir.
Reroll because they're pilots. So this many AP4s.
Yep. So 6 ups.
So let him use his own dice.
He
And then
wiped them.
here,
Pick those models up.
here, here, here,
Okay.
here. I'm not going to. Yeah, I'll slowly move in.
Okay.
God damn it! I keep touching this. Fucking dumbass. The last thing I want to do is make sure that
We'll
somebody
get some
still
commentary from the tabletop. So we're really in a tense moment right here. So Juice's turn 2. He's coming in with his acolytes, trying to get some assaults down on the Centurions. He's vected and used a cult ambush, and he's basically blown all his CP on this turn to try to get in and wrap and trap and do some work on some of Matt's heavy Centurion units. So that's just one big unit of Centurions. It's going to get him a lot of points for Gangbusters. But
You guys here?
he still has
maximum
he still has
gangbusters,
more.
and he's mad at himself because he moved himself off of the objective.
Yeah, and he didn't need to do that at all.
Correct. He did not have to pull off that blue whale objective.
Yeah.
I'm out of fill no pain. Get good, scrub.
And then the Primaris Sergeant. Reroll one of those.
So kind of looking at the secondaries, I mean, we kind of talked about it a little bit in the beginning, but let's kind of recap on why they picked their secondaries for those of us who, and what the secondaries actually are.
Yeah, so Matt Root, he's playing the Space Marines.
There's one.
Butcher's Bill is a fairly obvious choice. Can I kill 2 units in a turn? G-Sir Cult is all about, I have a lot of units. A lot of little chumpy units, easy to kill. They're everywhere. It's just can you kill enough of them to matter? So getting 2 a turn to get a point per turn seems fairly easy with G-Sir Cult. Reaper is if at the end of the game you've killed at least 80 models. G-Sir Cult, again, function by just having tons and tons of models. So if you're killing units, at the end of the day, you're probably going to score some points. So it's all about scoring points, and Reaper's a good choice for G-Sir Cult. Headhunter, again, another solid choice. G-Sir Cult just give up a lot of secondaries. They have a ton of characters. Now, you got to get through a lot of guys to get at those characters sometimes. But Matt had 3 units of Eliminators, so that's a lot of snipers. And he knows that he's going to have to come into him with all those assaults, so he's got a good chance to get those characters exposed. So Headhunter's a good choice there. On the flip side, Steven chose Butcher's Bill, Gangbusters, and Recon. So Butcher's Bill, he does have 6 units of scouts, so fairly easy to go pick off some scouts if he needs to. He's got some tanks to shoot and shoot those far units. So Butcher's Bill is one of those units where he can just reach out and grab some scouts. Gangbusters, Matt has a lot of Centurions. Gangbusters is for every 6 wounds in a unit you do, you get a point. So each Gangbuster, or each Centurion has 4 wounds, so you kill a couple of Centurions, you get a point. So you just saw he fought and killed a bunch of Centurions, he just scored a bunch of Gangbuster points. So we'll see that score go up real quick. And then Recon is all about scoring kind of table quarters. So at the end of your turn, if you have guys in each table quarter, you divide the table into 4 equal pieces. If you have a guy in each piece, you get a point. So every turn you check that. So G-Sir the Code again, they kind of hide, and then they jump out and they attack you, and they're all over the board because they just have tons of swarms of little guys. So that's real easy for them to kind of jump up and be in your board because they want to attack you in your deployment zone. So Recon's an obvious choice there. So that's kind of the strategy. Again, it kind of really comes back to who can implement it and can just do a lot of work in this turn.
So after this is all done, he wraps this unit, right? And now what we're going to have to see is, what does Matt do now?
Well, so the first thing is, G-Sir Cult works on some CPs. So we don't have it updated here, but Juice is out of CPs.
Juice is out of CPs.
He's got 0 CPs, so we need to update that. You can't just let those Roxall guys sit there.
That's right.
You got to go in and just fight.
Does he have? He didn't bring in all of his units, did he?
He did not.
Yeah. So he's got.
How many does he have left in reserve, Will?
That is the question. Does he have 2? I think he's got 2 more units, right?
Did he just bring in 1 Roxall unit, or did he bring in 2?
1 unit of rock sauce.
Juice has 1 more unit of rock sauce to come in.
Yeah, he brought in 2. So.
And what about hand flamers? Are they all
He
in?
brought in the rock saws that took care of the Centurions, and his hand flamers are on the other objective that came in to get him. I believe it was recon.
Okay, gotcha. So he did bring in those guys. They're hanging in the
Okay,
back.
so he's brought everything in except some rock sauce.
That would be correct, fellas.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's get his UFO headphones.
His UFO headphones.
We did successfully trap that guy, so that's going to prevent you being shot. So again, another high-level play.
That's a big deal. I mean, he's got to go in there and charge stuff.
Yeah.
And you still have one Acolyte squad with flamers and rock sauce left?
same thing that just came in right here. Yeah.
Cool. Just want to make sure I'm understanding.
So Fire Drake's calling that it's over. This is over for Juice.
No bonus.
Yeah.
That's a major mistake. I, before the game, saw this as being like a 19.
Once he comes in here and does his counter charge, though, I mean, he should pick up most of those.
Yeah.
Although he still has his tanks in the background to shoot. I don't know how much he'll be able to shoot, though, because the terrain is not going to be great for him.
Yeah.
It's okay. We still love you, Juice.
And he still has 2 units of rocks, Centurions. So
Ye of such little faith.
Guys, Juice was just letting me know him coming off that blue whale objective was huge in his mind. He felt like between him and Matt, this was going to be like an 18-17 game, and he just denied himself the bonus point that round by coming off of that objective.
Oh, that's a big
huge
deal.
thing. What he's talking about is he consolidated one of these guys right here, right off the objective. And that gave him, remember the objective of the bonus point for this mission is to hold all 4 objectives.
Yeah, they just like it on stream.
So by
So he
leaving
got
this,
he got 0 points on turn 2? No, he killed a unit.
No, he just didn't get the bonus.
No. I know that. It's just we're seeing right here.
remember we're updating this
Where's
menu.
your Libby's like the closest guy that can
I know,
die is
but
over
they
there,
should
is
have.
that correct?
So it's up to them to do
Closest
it, I
guy
guess.
that come up?
Deny.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, unless you move like 24 inches to him.
Right. So can you?
So
tell me the
Juice,
closest guy that can
Stephen
deny over there?
4,
Just
he
wanna make
got.
sure.
He's holding objective
Libby's gonna
So
be
what's
right
the
there.
score after the end of this turn?
because he held an objective. I don't know how much. How much did Matt kill though in his turn? That's what I don't know. I don't know how many models he killed.
Price subscribing. Thanks, Price.
Thank you, Price.
I was hoping you would.
I have a
They're
set
scoring it right now, fellas.
11-9
11-9.
is what I have
You have
currently.
11?
Yes. That's what I have at least. Tell me if you think
Round
that's
2.
different.
So I have.
I believe so.
0.
Hey, the guys that just died are coming right back in 2 different squads, weirdly. So I'm just gonna grab those guys.
All right, we're calculating the score.
Yeah, and if that should have been my big turn, I literally left one of those Primaris models with 1 wound. If I kill that model in here, that's a hold more, kill more bonus that turn.
And we're hearing
Oh, so he did
Here.
get hold more, kill more.
we hear Juice talking about how he missed the bonus there.
Yeah.
It's too big.
12 inches from him.
Oh yeah. Good times.
All right, so it looks like some Centurions are coming in, outflanking.
I should have more than 11.
So Matt is using.
I'll double check it here in a second.
They are
'Cause I got 2.
they are Minotaurs, but they're Raven
I might
Guard.
have got 9 that turn.
That's right, Raven Guard
I
successors.
got 9 that
Is it okay if I switch your time? So
they have the
switch, check it? Okay.
Long,
So round
long-range
1,
marksman.
I have you as killing and holding.
Yep.
I'll do secondaries here in a second. Round 2, I have you as killing
I
and holding.
forget what
and
the
holding
last
more.
trait was. It's a
And then for
successor Raven
secondaries,
Guard
you have
and
4 from
Minotaurs.
Gangbusters
So Minotaurs
and
is
1 from Butcher's Bill.
that Forge World
And Recon,
chapter
yeah,
that
so
does
you're
not
on
have
Recon.
any kind
6,
of
7, 8,
allegiance
9,
or
10, 11, 12. I have 12.
primary
2
tree, so he
plus
can
3
pull in
plus
that
4
as
plus 1 plus 1.
So
they can count as a successor of any
kill and hold,
chapter.
that's 2, right?
Here we go, 2.
Then round 2, you got.
really good.
Oh, I see what happened.
I'm really good at math. I don't spell that well.
So I got you got kill, hold more.
Yeah.
So that's another 3, so 5. So I have you actually. I switched it. So I'm at 10. You're 11. So
You mean 9.
Looks like they're fixing the score
You said
there.
9 and
I
11.
took away the hold. Because the hold more was on me and I switched over to you. Okay, let's just stick with me.
All right, so I'm going to use your time now since we
Yeah,
used some
Juice
of mine
is-
and now some of yours.
Juice is a little, he's only got 1 unit of rock saws left in reserve to come in with.
You have 4.
He does have his unit left alive that's trapping that unit, but
So we just went through. You have kill and hold, or excuse me, I have kill and hold.
Yeah.
And you have kill and hold and hold.
So I'm updating this.
Secondaries.
There, seeking an update on updating in the ITC Battle app. And then what's going to happen, that'll feed live into our thing that we have right there at the bottom.
Correct?
So
we got an update on the score. It is 11-10 juice.
it is 11-10 juice. And we're looking at table. I'm just looking at table 3 real quick. We don't need to go there, but that game is totally wrapped up. We'll see the end score.
Austin Wingfield's
36-13.
Scott 13. So another Iron Hands falls to the wayside to chaos.
So
Knights.
everybody, the crowd cheers.
There's a lot of Iron Hands hate, so that's.
Are you not entertained?
Sorry we didn't have you on the screen a little bit more, Austin. You just whooped him so hard. We had to move to the other table here.
We'll bring him in here.
And we'll do a
to have an
post-game interview with him to share his victory and let us know how that game went for him.
Let's jump over to table 2 in just a little while. Because this is just his movement phase, and he's figuring out where to go.
Yeah, so he's outflanking or deep striking his Centurions, so he's got to measure out exactly where they can go.
2s and a 1.
There was a 2?
That's exactly
Bike's still alive. Incarnate is back zone. Dude.
This doesn't look great for Patrick.
Oh, Patrick's about to get hammered, dude.
So this is Sean Naden versus Patrick McKeaney.
Score's not that, it's 12-9, but it looks like he's going to really start picking up points here, though.
What we see is the Incarn has kind of broken loose, as is wont to do.
24.5.
If he can get rid of those Sakarans, that
I got
lets
a lot right.
that lets him really kind of take control of what's left from Patrick's army to take anything out. I mean, I don't even see his bikes at all.
The bikes are dead, I think, because they were right there, right?
I mean, it looks like Nate still has a whole unit of shining spears just hanging out right
Right in
here.
the middle, man.
Yeah.
Right?
What are you going to do?
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
That's my line.
It is your life.
There'll never be another break, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, two
Are we at charge phase now?
Night Spinners.
What do we want to do?
So just talking about their secondaries while we were looking here and while they're thinking. So Sean went with Old School, Recon, and Marked for Death. So Marked for Death is pick units with power level 7 or higher.
Yeah, I'm going to try.
And you got to kill those 4 units.
All right, so 8.
That's a good one if you know that if the opponent has certain units that he's going to push forward on you that you can easily take care of, or you know that you'll have to kill through the course of the game anyways, so you can score points for them. Recon, again, that's the 4 quarters where you're trying to grab different quarters every turn. Sean is playing Eldar, so they're super maneuverable. They can get all over the board. He's got a lot of bikes, rangers that can deep strike in, so Recon's pretty straightforward for him to choose. And Old School is kind of default. It really depends on the matchup. Sometimes you don't have a good choice as the third choice. Old School is kind of the default that most people go with. There's 4 different points there. There's First Blood, that means kill something during the first turn. There's Warlord, kill the opponent's Warlord. Last Blood, kill something during the last turn. And Line Breaker, have one of your units in the enemy's deployment zone when the game ends. So that's how you score each one of those points, so you kind of check those off.
No
as you get them. On the flip side, Patrick also went with Old School. He went with Headhunter. Again, Patrick is counting on getting to Sean's characters.
Over there,
each one's worth
Guardians
a
are gonna
point.
charge the front
And then
tank.
Gangbusters. So that's really based on what does he have that's multi-wounds here that he can pick up Gangbusters on, Damien?
2, 6, 8.
What in Sean's list is giving up Gangbusters?
I don't actually know because he.
1 wound? AP or I'm just dead.
AP minus.
Do the Night Spinners qualify, fellas?
Nope, they have to be a multi-model unit with 3 wounds or more per model.
Do they make the charge?
So Night Spinner is just the single model, so it's not that. The bikes are only 2 wounds, so it's not that. And again, you got to get a total of 6 wounds per point. The Harley bikes, good call, Nelson. Yeah, that's right, the Harlequin Starweaver. So he must have already killed all of those because we don't see those bikes hanging around, and he does have 3 points there. So each Harlequin bike is worth 3 wounds each, so every 2 bikes is worth a point. So he's killed 6 bikes. That's the full entire squad. So Patrick went with the even though he could not get the full 4 points for that secondary, he went with it anyways, just knowing he would have to kill those Harlequin bikes, and he'd rather take 3 than potentially less.
The Incarn will charge the tank.
That's correct.
So sometimes you can't always get the right secondary you want. It depends on the opponent's matchup, and that's where picking those secondaries at the beginning of the match for each opponent is critical. You pick the wrong one, you could potentially cost yourself the game.
Well, kind of like we saw in that game with Whitaker.
And Michael. Michael picked Recon
because he's used to picking that because he's like, well, I'm going to spread my knights out.
I have Disco Lords. They're going to run up.
I can be in there. It's no problem. I'm going to pick that stuff up.
Andrew's playing a pure guard, and he says, I can run faster than you. And
run.
I'm going to block this board off, and you're never going to get
Especially if I
Recon.
go first, right?
And especially when you have Recon, you have to have somebody in each quarter. And if you don't have that many units...
And it can't be one model in each either. You got to take the pick, right? So like,
you can't score multiple quarters
sections
with one unit, right? They have to be one per. So if you have low model count units or low unit counts, if you kill a few of them, you may not get to the point where you have enough to score.
The Harley bikes only score 3. That is correct. However,
2 damage each.
That's right. He's maxed out on the gangbusters.
However, like it's like, well, what else does he take, right? Is he going to get less than 3 on something else?
Those are Shining Spears, right. Yeah, there's nothing else. What would he try to pick, right? Instead of going gangbusters?
I mean, you could do old school, but...
He has old school.
I mean, sorry, he does have old school. And old school is even a trap, right? How's he going to get line breaker on the other side of the field, aside from a Sakaran driving across the whole table? Yeah. And that's not great.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically tabling your opponent if you're able to do that, right?
He probably expected the bikes to live a lot. Pick your poison. Yeah, you could do. Actually, do you know what?
Pick your poison's not a terrible one. So
against Sean, you could actually do that.
There's like 6 units, I think, in there. A flyer, a psyker.
Fast attack. Isn't that one?
No, it's unit types, I think.
We can pull it up here, actually.
But you got to declare which ones those are.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. I'll tell you exactly what it is.
What's your strength?
6. What's your toughness?
7.
Pick your poison is a good one.
Yeah, Sean could have also. That's right, because he's got librarians. He's got different ones. But I think Sean has some decent ones. Maybe old school. He thought he could get something. Doesn't look like he got first blood.
10. 16,
yeah. So pick your poison. The following list: Psyker, Fly, Biker, Vehicle, Monster, Titanic. So he's like, cool. I pick Monster for Incarn. He's like, I pick Vehicle for one of your vehicles, Biker, and then a Fly on another Biker if you wanted to, or the other friggin' vehicle.
Yeah, that's true. Pick your poison.
And Psyker? Are you kidding me? Eldar? Come on. Yeah, he could have absolutely done it. That would have been a much better pick, probably.
Yeah, you don't see people pick that one very often.
Although that does not stack with Headhunter, so... Yeah, it does not stack with Headhunter or anything. So he'd have to, I guess, not pick Psyker. You just pick Vehicle, Bike, Fly, Monster. No, you don't want to do that because it doesn't matter. We're talking about hypotheticals here at this point.
Yeah.
He did not pick the correct thing.
So Patrick does have the lead on right now, but he's starting to look a little thin on the ground. All right, so... Look at that table. So we got a quick shot of some beautifully painted armies on another table. This is actually
that's
Austin's
That's
army.
what we saw. Austin.
He's already packed up because he won.
Destroy.
That's the Iron Hands
Thermal
army. He
cannons
just
for
put
the
in
win.
the box. 3 repulsors, looking sharp. They look fantastic.
They do.
They
look
weren't
good.
on the table for very long.
They look good even when they're blown up.
Oh man.
It's a compliment.
Poor Scott. So what we're gonna do is in a second here we're gonna get Austin in the room with us and get his post-game wrap-up, a little quick interview.
So who do you think? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. So who do you guys think is gonna win in this? And on our well, we know who's probably gonna win on this one. We don't need to ask about that one. We're still We can probably. This looks like a wrap up on this one to me. If we can cut back to table 1 before, while we're just sitting here getting warmed up for Austin coming in here, that'd be great.
What's their melting range? 6. So he's 6 in a millimeter out.
And see you later, Patrick. Okay.
We're back to the Centurions. I see a lot less Jinx to the Cult.
I mean, that makes sense.
It's kind of as we expected.
So we're still in the shooting phase. Is that correct, Will?
Yes, that's correct. We're in match shooting phase.
So
what is he
able
shooting?
to shoot, or did he punch those Jinx to the Cult? I thought they were wrapping.
They're all
He did wrap, but he's not shooting the Jinx to the Cult.
This guy's going to throw his crack grenade over
I
there.
believe he just shot with his
He shot there were the 2
Centurions
squads
into
in the
brute.
top left of the box up there.
I see.
He got rid of those.
Damage. 3 left. Shot. Those guys over there.
What's he shooting next? Oh,
He has another unit of Centurions that outflanked the backside of where one of Juice's units came in.
Yep. Up there near the top, up near the box in the near the Lehman Russ up there, right?
5 because of what you got? 4, 5, 4.
Is that where they outflanked?
So let's do.
Can we scroll the camera up a little bit?
Okay, so we're going to start here. So 3 guys total. We're going to put 2 shots going at him, 1 shot at your max. Makes sense?
Oh, this is over there. This is okay.
Yeah.
Up.
Makes sense?
Go up.
Yep. Okay, so 2 threes hit there. Reroll 1. And adding 1 hit. 1
There we go.
And then 2s. So 1 moral wound.
Now, but you moved, so you're -1 hit.
Right, so I would normally have 2.
There we go.
That's 1, and then I move. Same thing. So that's why it's 6.
Yeah,
So
so
1 moral wound, and then 2 AP -2s.
So we got some shooting going on for both of those sides.
The eliminators here.
Yeah, look at
Shooting
that.
at the unit there.
Quick shots of the Jinx to the Cult. Armies look fantastic.
I will.
So characters are exposed though.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll the damage.
2 damage. So 5 damage total.
That's right. You got 1 left.
Didn't he take 1 from the world?
Yep, you're right.
And then the 1 on the Magus hits.
Austin being goofy back here.
Yeah, we got
Getting set up. Takes him 2 seconds to get back here. Starts acting goofy.
So we're some big guys trying to squeeze in this tight space.
Yeah, that's it. This is not an easy spot to do.
Next squad are going to do.
So-
He he's not in there, right? Okay, we're 2 here and 1 there. So the 1 here.
He's spreading out the attacks there.
Yeah, so the character's getting shot.
What are we shooting with right now, Will?
These are Centurions.
Is still Centurions shooting?
Hurricanes, I believe.
So I get to look out, sir, the mortal.
The shooting just prior to what you're saying now was the Eliminators shooting at the characters, and now he's moving on to Centurions that outflank.
And then the 2 going into banner. I already used 1 reroll to hit, so I can't use that.
It's a great
and
shot.
Then the 2 to wound. I already did not use a wound, I'll keep it. So AP -2. So he has a 6 up right there. Takes 1 damage.
All right.
All right. So while they're wrapping up that shooting, let's go and go to the interview. Let's put Austin in here.
Man, so you won a game.
I've won a couple games today.
So are you feeling pretty good?
I feel very good. I've been looking at all the new Chaos stuff, and I'm a little jealous I can't play with it. But I went with this list, and obviously I'm having a great time with it. So.
You're doing well. We're looking at the Iron Hands. We're like, ooh, that's a lot of repulsors. Oh, I don't see where the. Oh, wait, why are the repulsors going away? What's happening?
You're like delete button.
Yeah, the nerfs to Iron Hands specifically against me it hurt them really bad. They lose that 5-up invul.
Oh, it's critical. You're just like no saves. I pick you up.
So he was utilizing cover, so he still had a 6-up and made a couple, but that ain't enough to survive.
What were you rolling on your shots per
over
usually?
More than you think.
Yeah, it kind of looked good. We're like, ooh.
I don't think I rolled below 7, which is average. I was rolling 10. I rolled 12 once.
Wow.
I had a ballsy move with the Degraded Knight.
Dude, this is a family channel, man. Your wife's listening. Man. What are you doing?
She did do a shout out for you, so she was
She's
excited.
all about balls,
This
man.
is great. This setup's a lot of fun. I'm glad she can watch. She's jealous she can't be. This place is awesome. You guys are doing a great job. But I had that one move where I was deciding if I wanted to reroll hits with a 5s to hit, and it worked out. That guy killed something. So I made some good moves. that game is 50-50, and it went my way.
It did. I mean, looking at it, I was like, wow, if those repulsors get to just lay on you for a couple turns without you being in range, it's going to be bad news bears.
He
and then
castled up. He did everything right, I think. It's not enough. If you're rolling that many shots, eventually.
Now, did he use his infiltrators or scouts to screen you away, or?
So he did the first infiltrators tried to stop Morty from getting far enough to try to get back there early. But I've been practicing with these tables, and I know that Morty, if you all saw what he did, he doesn't come out.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about. We're like, why is Morty just chilling back there?
And they're like, those aren't his friends right next to him. And we're like, oh, well, that explains it.
Yes. So what he does in this situation, he can hide in these L's and wait, and then you saw he came back and he kept them off objectives. And what ends up happening is when the Marine, regardless of the Marine matchup, when they run out of CP, he'd come out.
The wheels fall off the bus.
Yes, they don't get their tricks. And he can shake off some stuff and then make it happen. He was able to pick up every character at the end just for fun.
I saw him turn around and look at those guys back on there. He's like, what are you guys doing back here? And he walked over and he's like, are you attacking them? You're like, yeah, I'm attacking them. He's like, okay, scoop.
We didn't get to watch too much of your game because
it was so fast.
It was over so quick.
We're like,
Austin, oh, it's happening. Oh, it's over. You're like, another take's gone. We're like, what?
Did we miss it? Tom was like, wait, 2 takes are picked up? Wow.
Yeah, we talked to some things out. Obviously, the flyers were in range early, so I tried.
I saw the stubber shoot one down. We're like,
stubber got one.
My goodness.
Those give me a problem because I don't have a lot of troops, or I don't have a lot of units. So if he had went first, it would be a different game completely.
Yeah.
Just by picking up all my troops, maybe sniping characters with flyers.
Yeah.
Things change, but I didn't like his positioning. I was able to the first night killed one flyer and took him down to a wound. The first shot, I was like, this is going to be good.
I have a good feeling about
I have a good feeling about this game.
So what did you think about the tournament as a whole so far? Like your interaction with it, and like how have you enjoyed it or not enjoyed it?
Enjoyed it. The tables look amazing. Everybody here, we love everybody. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. The missions, I really like the way deployment's working out, where you can
ban different types. Yeah,
I really like that. It helps it out. It's just different. What y'all are doing though is spectacular for tournament and competitive play. So I'm having such a good time, and doing well right now is a bonus.
Oh, we're glad to have you, man. I'm glad you're doing well. It's always great to see you and just to freaking watch you play. That was a joy for us, even if it was like this.
Yeah, and like you're saying, we're having a top 3 tables all have
all Battle Brothers. We're like, is this happening? It just lined up that way. We didn't monitor that.
And myself, obviously we have a podcast. Shout out to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to tell the people about your podcast?
Yeah, absolutely. TeamBattleBrothers.com. We do podcast.
You can look right there.
Podcast once a week. It's on every platform. We post it all over the place. We also do commissions. So Battle Brothers Paint Studio.
Nice.
We have the Wobbly Modelers associated with them. So we do commissions.
You guys paint. I've seen Austin's great conversions of painting. He does some great
even
work.
Sean and Juice, like all of our stuff looks pretty solid, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it looks great.
Fantastic.
We are in the running, obviously, just like the rest of everybody here, for the best team. So Vegas is going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
But shout out to us. We're winning the hobby track right now.
I know.
We're very proud of.
You guys took that from us.
Yes.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
very proud of. We're very proud of our overall scores. So, yeah, shout out to everybody, and hopefully Sean and Juice keep kicking butt, and hopefully we can keep this thing rolling.
Well, it looks good for Sean. Juice is in a hole.
Juice has got to fight. He's got to fight.
How many CPs Juice got left?
0.
That ain't good.
At the end of turn 2, he was out of CP.
Yeah, CP tricks for Cult is what they need.
Yeah, they need to have it. If you're out on turn 2, like it's like Marines, the wheels start falling off that bus.
Exactly. He's got to make real charges now.
So were there any points in the game when you first started, though, before, like when the game was just about to begin, were you like, this is just 50-50 for me, or were you like, can I mitigate even if worst comes to worst, like because of the terrain or whatever? Did you feel like you'd be able to weather the storm?
100% can weather the storm because I knew I was going first, right?
Yeah.
So
unless he seized.
So that's the risk, right? So you're nervous when they roll seize. Right. Most people set up to go second, so he didn't even know if he wanted to seize. So I'm like, I hope you don't seize, right? But he made the decision to try, and he did not, so thank God. But anyway, if I'm going second, the terrain's big enough. You can't see Morty. The 2 knights you can see, one is the Warlord with the 4-up invulnerable, the other one rotates, so I still feel good about
2 4-ups.
getting
Yeah.
4-ups.
And can you make it where there's a thing you can do, right, where they like you can only wound them on 4s, right?
So that is a vow. So one of the knights, not the Warlord,
Oh, okay.
generally, the other one gets that vow.
Okay.
You can't wound them on 1, 2s, or 3s.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you just picked that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
the game-
so strong.
The other guy, I don't know if y'all knew, the other one gets reroll 1s against things with 8 wounds. So there's 2 vows you pick against tanks.
Yeah.
Hard to kill, kills everything. And it worked out. He made a mistake. He shot the guy who he couldn't wound on 1s, 2s, and 3s and wasted some valuable shots early. We talked about that. He's like, I forgot. I was like, I know.
That's a big.
I know you did.
You're like, I saw the dice.
I was happy. Tress was for happy.
He wounded all 3 knights and didn't kill one. Wow. That's a big mistake. You really need to just
You pick one, and that's the one that goes away. Yeah. You just
gotta get rid of one.
Turn, I
Gotta
got
get rid of one.
maximum
That's right.
runner. I've got Reaper at this point.
So, yeah.
Well, awesome. So are you feeling pretty good after day 1 so far? We got one more game to go.
I feel great. Y'all have beer and food, and getting done early means I can sit on a couch and watch.
That's right. We get to talk to us.
All right. Well, thank you so much, man, for coming on. Any other last comments to the people before we kick you out of here?
No, everybody watching at home. Hopefully y'all keep watching. Hopefully we can do more of these events because this is really fun. This is a different kind of feeling for tournaments.
Sure.
So thank you guys for doing what you're doing.
Oh man,
Yeah,
no.
we want to make it bigger and better, so it's got to
appreciate
start
you.
here. We appreciate you showing up.
Yeah, if you weren't here, we couldn't do
Hey
it.
man, we're coming to the next one. We'll do another one.
Nice.
All right, buddy. Good.
All right,
Good
buddy.
to see you.
Well done, Austin.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations.
Well,
Keep
good luck
moving
in the
forward,
next one.
buddy.
All right, all you.
See you guys.
So you telling me I gotta make an 8-inch charge?
All right.
All right.
So while we go there, let's take a look at the table and see what's happening next.
That's right.
You out of CP?
That interview's done. We're back. All right. So back to Juice. Juicy Woosey. Oh, man.
Well, during the interview, Matt did a lot of work on what he had and what Juice still had on the table. Juice is now bringing in his last unit of rock saws. It's now Juice's turn.
Oh, he's dead. That's what that is. Never mind. He's the guy you killed the rock star. Okay.
He's like, please don't bump my models in the train.
So this is a unit of 2.
No, unit 3.
No, that model has got 1 wound left.
Oh, you're
and
right.
The giveaway is already gone. Or we stopped that off. That's cut off.
Wait.
So you shot
You
me
killed
with-
one here. This squad is
Oh, we
on
did the.
wound.
That's
So
right.
this guy is supposed to.
That's right. What's his face?
And then this guy's down to 1
Foosballa.
wound because he was in combat.
Yeah.
They died
Foosballa
at
won
Rockside.
it.
They haven't
Foosballa
lost anyone.
won the-
They
yeah.
died a lot in
Did
combat.
we get that
Already
email?
set up for this match, but we'll set up another giveaway for next round.
Can I go up on the hill?
Sorry,
I
Fluffy.
think
No,
so.
it's for somebody else.
Snooze, you lose.
I'm pretty sure.
So I can like get here?
I think so, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can be here?
So where are we at time-wise on the clock for?
Looks like Nanavati beat Mike Henderson, by the way. Just Hester's beat Cox. Sorry, what would you ask?
Just looking at the time. Yeah, so we're pulling up those guys on the side there. Oh, Fedor goes down the salts. No! This guy looks like a close one against Evans. Not sure if that game's over yet.
That is legal. Just for that kind of terrain. Because it's kind of like
Just going through the scores.
Just kind of looking around, looking at all the different tables. A lot of fun out there. A lot of fun out there.
So you know the big fear was we're going to have money on the line. It's going to turn real cutthroat and angry, and you know it's everyone's having a great time. Everyone's really nice.
Pretty cutthroat. I mean, we've seen the winners in here. All they care about is winning.
They've been having a great time. I mean, we were early, maybe when it's on the last top 2 or 3
Yeah,
tables.
this is day
we'll
one.
keep an eye on it. You guys keep an eye on it with us.
But we appreciate you guys, man, helping us take care of these rules and keeping these guys straight, man.
Yeah, that's right. We were not afraid to call out the judges and throw out some yellow cards if we spot some infractions or some illegal lists. So great catches on those things, and we'll actively step in and fix it if we see a mistake that we can rectify. So I know we had an issue where an Evasaur exploded and killed one of the friendly units, and we realized that was not true. They only explode on enemy models.
Yep.
So we were able to go back in time and rewind that. That actually mattered in the game a little bit.
I mean, yeah.
Some points.
I was going to say, we've all.
And then we found some lists that weren't supposed to be that way, so we were able to fix those.
They
So.
die.
So Juice is just kind of really thinking, what can he do to try to salvage some points here. Again, just because Juice loses this game, if that's the way it looks like it's going, he's not out of it. So day one, you're put into brackets.
Tell you where he is, Juice.
Oh man, brackets are groups. I forget how it works. But you put in based on your rankings for
After
today.
day one, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and then your day two total. When you finish day two, you say, what's my overall win-loss and my battle points? And that's what seeds you for the final day and the final brackets for the top money prize. So you want to finish in the top 8 for total number of wins and battle points coming out of day 2. So really what day 1 is all about is trying to score some wins and get some points, and then kind of get set up for day 2. Obviously, you like to win them all, but you still are more than in the running if you only lose one game. So,
Yeah.
Big money, no whammies.
Right? If I do that, then fuck those units, fuck those units. Yeah, let's be smart, Juice. So where do the squads start and begin?
looking for Andrew. Puppy Pants himself. Typically, he doesn't wear the puppy pants on day 1. He likes to save that like Tiger for the final day.
He does.
His red shirt, if you will.
Did he win his last game? I guess it'll pop up
Though
here.
I'm not sure if he still has the puppy pants. I think Emily got rid of those things, so he has a replacement pair of short puppy pants.
Canine behinds. I like that one. That's a good one.
Exactly, a Sunday wear. But I really don't know if he still has those anymore. The wife might have found something to do with those.
The game is tight, though. Andrew Whitaker and Martin, 13-12.
It's close. We maybe try to send a camera over there just to kind of get a.
Could we send a camera over there
quick
before
glance at,
Splint and Foosball lose their minds?
Andrew Whitaker.
All right.
All right, we have a camera crew going there now.
Trying to get all the.
We make it happen for you folks.
You can't see me.
No problem, Splinter. Now, is your name Splinter because you like Ninja Turtles?
Around this side because I can see a knife in there.
I was wondering where you're gonna go with that. I'm like Splenda, the
Sticking out, so you want to be careful. So basically, there's like a line like that. So you're
Yeah, don't talk. Oh, stop.
Right? Something like that. I want to put on my
It's
right
zipping.
side.
So we're just kind of looking at the table there. He's got some tanks alive. Let's get a shot of the man, the myth, the legend. That's what the people want to see.
Of the players, yeah.
Of the actual players. There we go. Pull that back a little bit. Let's get a butt shot if we can.
No butt shots.
A little butt shot. And there we go. There it is. There it is. A little side butt.
Martin, it's just not even in the same league height-wise of Andrew towering over him.
Just let me know what's there.
Do not eat yellow snow. Thank you, Splinter, so much, buddy.
He just gave us a sub.
He did.
And that's a overcharge. Yep. Roll 2.
Handed out subs.
I rolled a 2.
Look at
That's just
that.
one overcharge.
Thank you so much.
Because you moved. Yeah.
Thank you so much, buddy.
All right, we're back.
Oh, Nanfuzbala. He gives another sub.
Wow.
I have 3. I'll just count out that one.
These guys, man.
This is all of these guys.
Y'all are crazy. And I love it.
So one of them, AP minus 3.
6 up for the guy in the open. He dies.
And then 4 to the scouts.
Oh, that's the scouts.
Oh, yeah, I try to go for.
So 6 is 2 down.
Okay. And then heavy bolter to this guy.
Okay. I'll put the dead dudes over here for you. Which guy?
1 heavy bolter there.
Takes a wound.
Okay.
So dice trays are optional for the players. They can use them or not use them.
Okay. I can't.
It's up to them.
So go for it.
Yeah, maybe personally, I'm not a big fan of dice trays. It just feels like it constrains my magical dice rolling.
It does mess with the magical dice rolling.
And it helps for the camera view so we can see it, but it's usually it breaks up the flow. You're kind of rolling where the action's happening. You got to stop and kind of go to the side and roll it in a contained space.
Okay.
It just.
If y'all just missed that, Juice just rolled an 11 on his charge with the Rockstar unit that came in, which is basically what he needed.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh, dude, that is huge. He rolled an 11, you guys, on the charge. Hey, Prodigal Sons, thank you so much for your sub.
Which ones? These
Looks
guys?
like
Yeah,
those 3 on the outside, right?
Genes to the Cult, they live and die by those charge rolls. You can lose games by making a fail in a charge. Juice is already kind of in the hole, so he could not afford to fail a charge. So
Well, I fail 5-inch charges.
having those guys make it, and an 11 no less, really gives him some opportunity here
To tie up
to do
all
some
kinds
work.
of stuff, just to do whatever he needs to do.
Count Juice out.
Yeah, if he had failed that charge, it would have been game over.
I know he'll be kicking himself about that bonus
Where
point
it's
later
hanging
on.
over is what I would need to my base, so that's 9.
Can we get a shot down in that right corner to see exactly where he's trying to charge? There we go. So he's popped up in that back corner there,
So what
trying
happens
to avoid
if I'm an
Overwatch.
inch in the air?
Oh, like swing it out.
If you're within an inch vertically, you are engaged.
Of the base of the model.
Base.
Okay.
So if we can just do the math real
For
quick.
those particular models, it's base to base.
So it's 2 inches up. Sure. I have 2 models touching, so that's 8. So that's 10 inches. So I get an extra inch.
Okay.
So if I live right there, that's right? I just want to make sure. Okay.
I'm really not going to sweat.
So
He's just trying to be
these are
precise
here.
in his
I'm not going
movement.
to start being finicky.
Those guys are going to be halfway
Right.
down the wall.
Yeah, they were having a friendly discussion about where exactly he could make that charge with having to take the distances out for the height on the
And
hill.
where you're swinging. What'd you play, Nick?
Magnus, Morty, Bloodthirster, and Mortar Change Treatment.
Bloodthirster.
Monsters. 2,000 points divided by monsters.
So you pooped on it.
It ran it. It was this close to showing things.
I thought like the Bloodthirsters would be like easy kills for you.
I mean, it's not shooting the Bloodthirster, it's Magnus and Morty.
Okay, that's fair. Who went first?
You went first.
Okay, that's a big deal.
That's why this was problematic.
Big deal.
So you got a good shot here of him moving into position. All the suppressors
That ain't gonna happen, man.
kind of castled up, trying to prevent the guys coming in.
Go up to.
Being up on that hill really forced that 9-inch back to be a couple more inches just because he has now paid the movement to go up. So that rolling 11 was really huge.
Yeah, and Juice felt like he had to kill 2 units and wrap something so he doesn't get shot up this turn to stay in the game. So that's what he's trying to accomplish here, is to wipe 2 units and then wrap so he doesn't get shot on the return.
Juice, do you mind if I? Well, no, wait.
Just do whatever you want. This is going to take me at least.
I know. I don't want to take time away from you.
Yeah, suppressors on the Iron Hands, really solid choice, especially with the Magister Artisans. I mean, just the rerolls and the native reroll ones and ignoring heavy. It just makes them good all the way around. They're so cheap. 40 inches range, deep striking. You're not deep striking close. You're deep striking in some back corner, sniping off Thunderfires, picking off characters, doing work on vehicles. It's just solid. Unfortunately, I don't play Iron Hands. I play Ultramarines, and they're just terrible for Ultramarines.
Okay. Now, we'll activate.
So I don't know how many of you guys
So,
know Thomas personally, but
these guys
he is
are
an
having it
exquisite
down.
40k player.
So
And he's going to say,
this
rah, rah,
model
rah,
is
rah.
gonna
He
be
is.
down.
Yeah, this guy's amazing. He's taught me so much about the game since I've started playing. And one thing about Thomas is he is a diehard Ultramarine fan. And we're going to the LVO this year. And I'm like, dude, just play some Imperial Fists, because we think Imperial Fists are stronger than Iron Hands. That's just our opinion. People are going to disagree, but that's how we kind of feel. Or even play Iron Hands. I don't care, man. Just play something that's going to win you these games. And this guy's like, well, I don't know. They're my Ultramarines. I'm like, dude, just go break some people's hobbies, man.
I think we definitely, at least here in our local group, there's a large majority majority of us who
I have,
maybe
these guys
intentionally
are
or not,
suspended in the air.
handicap ourselves a little bit just based on our army choices.
Not me.
We don't want to necessarily play armies that other folks are playing. We want some variety.
Very easy.
I'm the Ultramarine guy, so I feel
you are on every
you know,
level of your base is open.
power to make those guys work, whether they're the strongest choice or not. I've been kind of doing that for a long time until the new Marine book came out. So
Yeah,
now
but
that
you're
they
kind of
got,
thinking about it though.
you know,
Come on. It's not off the table.
every time I play Imperial Fist list with my vehicles, I'm like, oh, these guys are killing me. This extra damage, this ignore cover. It's so good. And they're like, you could just use that yourself. I'm like, no, I can't. Oh,
So I have
I could.
This is where I am, right? So down 2.
but I'm a purist, so if I did, I'd have to have yellow guys. There's no making my blue guys count as yellow. That's
You
just,
could do that,
That's just not happening.
and you could do that.
I wouldn't do it. I could make the yellow guys happen.
I know you could.
I could.
Gosh, dang it.
A month out, I could somehow do it. I don't know. Wife would appreciate that, but I could do it.
So right now, what we're seeing is he's just trying to really figure out his movement because it's very important about
it's
how
so-
he's going to.
It's so critical. He has spent a lot of time here, but
What's the timer look like? Can we pull the camera back just a hair and look at the time so we can see what they're at?
My 3 inches.
we got a shot of the clock.
Because it's turned 3 now.
Put myself over the edge right there and be touching that model.
Juice has 19 minutes
Okay.
and 38 seconds,
Because I
and
was
Matt
still in
has
my movement
9
closer to
minutes,
that
21 seconds.
Wow.
Holy moly.
They are down to the wire.
So that guy goes up
Wow,
2 to go there,
dude.
plus the inch over.
19 minutes left at the bottom of turn
So that's
3,
good to go.
dude.
I can do that.
But he's
Or top of
down
turn
now.
3.
I mean, what are you trying to be?
No, I just want to make sure all my unit coherency stays. Right?
Yes, he can move up 2 and over 1 inch. Yes.
Okay.
Like you couldn't overhang over here because then you'd be paying to go back down.
Okay.
So we pulled the judge in here to verify the.
Okay, so here we go. I'm trying.
rules
So here we
on
go.
that.
There's that.
You're fine. I'm just laughing about it because I have no idea what's
Problem
happening.
with anything that's supposed to act like a hill.
Yeah, Thomas does have a very strong Ultramarine list. It's
What
true.
I'm hearing is this
It is
piece of
true.
trade
It is
sucks.
very strong. But more than the strength, I think it's the player because Ultramarines can easily break. You have to know how to wield them. It's a unique thing.
There's a big push to see some more of the puppy pants.
Got a lot of
I have a feeling these guys might know Andrew personally.
I think they definitely do. I don't know.
I mean, from what they're saying, like,
Is this going to be a successful trap, though?
so he actually
Well, that's where you got a lot of guys just fly in there. So who's the guy he's trying to trap?
5 inches.
So he's going to kill that guy, right? Because he's
Like-
got fly,
At
obviously.
librarian, you got all the suppressors have fly. So who's the foot guy that they're trying to trap?
Now, is he going to pull himself? Is he holding that objective, or is he screwed up again?
Let's start rolling some dice, I guess.
Okay, those are his guys. Those are his green guys, right?
Those are his. Those
So I'm going to go as many.
are. Those are scouts. Those are the Space Marine players.
So he's not contesting that objective currently.
No.
So I'm counted for being on the bottom as well. So does that mean that those two?
I have no idea.
I mean,
Guys, I got a quick update on Sean Naden and Patrick's game. It was
because I count as being on the bottom.
35-14 Sean.
So I'm counted as being on
is that
both
game
levels,
over?
right? So
Yeah,
I
that
can
game
count
is
as
over.
unit coherency.
Seal the
So
deal.
within an
So
inch,
Sean
I get it.
pulls
Does
ahead
that
and
make
takes it.
sense?
We kind of saw the
I
writing
get
on the
counted
wall.
as being on the top and bottom. So
We'll get
to
him
swing
in
into
here
this
for the
unit, I can go
post-game
1, 2,
interview
3.
shortly. So we'll get to hear it from the man himself.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into this unit.
All right, I think we're counting out. We're almost to the point where dice are going to happen and see what happens in this combat.
So maybe we can get Sean in before that interview
Okay.
begins.
Into the
Maybe before
suppressors
he
are
gets
4
rolling these
regular
dice.
is 2 rock saws.
So what's going where?
That's into these 3. Then into who's that guy? Captain with the storm shield.
Yeah. So he's got that. Too.
Okay.
3.
You're good.
Rock saws into them.
Those are headsets there.
So reds are rock size.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just.
2 regular.
You can see in the camera, so if you scooch over just a bit. There we go. Pull it on in.
Suppressors.
That's it. Now, if you want to start the camera like that, I'm okay with it.
Yep.
That'll be
And
where
then
we're at.
Everything else that can go over here is over here, right? So 1, 2,
We are ready whenever you guys are ready. So we got Juice here trying to wrap. Your boy here trying to keep himself in.
I'm just gonna be rock saws.
Sean,
Sean's
Sean
score.
ended up pulling it.
Table 2, he was playing against Patrick, my Dark Horse Ultramarine player. So he pulled it out 35-17. I don't know if that's called pulled it out. He just really put it down.
Or do we dice it?
Let's go get let's get Nathan in here. Let's get him on the line.
Let's get Nathan here. We got him here in the studio with us.
Let's turn that mic on and say,
Mr. Sean.
Say hello, Sean.
Nathan, say hi to the folks.
Hello, hello.
And then I have
And so we got the man, the myth, the legend.
Sean Naden.
I'm tired.
I know you're used to
You
it.
tired?
Tired. Do we have to play again today?
So yes,
Dude,
one
you
more
got,
game.
you got another game. So tell us about what. How are you feeling going into that match initially?
I felt all right. I felt pretty strong.
See,
I
'cause if
thought
I rolled a 2, then I
by
still
Fire and
would've
Fade
gotten
into the
the
Harlequin
reroll.
bikes early, I was going to keep them safe, but he was able to
because
just
on top
nuke
of
them
that,
really
you
quickly, and that
So if
set me
I
back a little bit, but
So it
then
was
he
a
was so
successful
far
roll.
aggressively forward that I was able to set up Guardian traps, get my characters in,
Yeah.
and then let the Incarn and my Psychics do a little bit of work in the middle of the game. So
That's right.
that felt really good.
This is on this guy.
We were joking because we're buddies. We're from home, so we were joking. And turn 2, I was like, Pat, should I bring the spears in now? He's like, nah, you should probably bring them in later. It'll be better for you. And I was like, all right, I'll go with you. I'll go with you on the advice part.
I love y'all are talking each other out of it. It's good. It's good.
So that game to you though, like, were there any points where you felt like you did a good play that you were like where it really sealed the game in for you, or did you? Or were there?
Yeah, that turn 2 charge where the Incarn picks up the Chaplain, and the Guardians pile into the Scouts, so they can't be shot. Because his army's mostly a shooting army, shooting-based army. So even then, his Smash Captain has to come in, kills the Autarch. But I had the Phoenix Gem, so I stand back up, blow up a bunch of his stuff, stand back up, make him have to then fight again. I tried to interrupt and kill the Tech Marine, but then I didn't because obviously, wounding on 5s is a risky business. So I didn't kill him. So the Tech Marine got to swing, but I actually survived the Tech Marine, and then the Captain had to spend 3 to kill me for good. Otherwise, the Autarch was going to just bounce around and be a nuisance. Which is why GW is getting rid of them in Chapter Approved because they're just too good.
There's a couple people lost some stuff. So he lost all his bikes. I know he was sad about all his bikes going to legend status as well. So I know you got some new stuff that's not legal here yet for your.
Yeah, I'm still playing with old school rules. I don't even get my new shit here. Like
that's right. So the folks at home, we had to cut off a little bit early, so we missed some of the new Psychic Awakening for the Eldar. So some of the new rules aren't.
We almost changed it because Sean was making such a stink about it.
I was making a stink. Let's be real. I was making a stink. I messaged everybody associated with this event.
He
was
politicking
really?
hard.
Really?
I mean,
Come on.
There was some internal discussion, strongly worded discussions.
I came to Brad and I'm like, hey man, Chris Blackham. I'm hearing a little bit of stuff from Sean Naden and stuff. I'm like, dude, we might have to change this. There's good reasoning to do this. And I was on the wrong side of that argument.
So. I'd feel really, really good if I had the new rules right now.
Yeah, I bet you would. There's some good stuff. But it's exciting. It's something to look forward to coming out of the event. You're already ready to play, practice the new stuff, and move forward for LVO. Is there any other tournaments before?
I haven't practiced the new stuff.
I know you don't touch it till it's go time, right? So.
Well, there's that, and plus, shout out to my wife and my infant son. He's 2.5 months old now, so I literally have only played in a couple
2.5 months. Yeah, you've been baby daddy in it.
Yeah, so I don't get
congratulations
really time to practice.
That's fantastic. I know we just saw you at Warzone, so it was great seeing you.
Yeah, my one week in a month I get to maybe do something. So I don't have time for practice events. I just try to find an event to go to, play some games.
We're glad to have you here, and it's fantastic watching you on the stream and play.
I do have a question for you though. Do you think that there's anything that Patrick could have done to thwart you in that game with his lists that would have tilted it more in his favor, that you were worried about? I'm like, man, if he does this, I'm screwed?
I think he was too conservative with deployment once he saw mine.
So you think if he had deployed more
aggressively? I think
aggressively?
he needed to be way more aggressive, to be honest with you, because those tanks actually do flat 2 or 3. I can't remember what they do, but it's
flat 2.
It's flat 2, but they ignore the
minuses for flying.
They ignore minuses, so the Harlequin bikes are -1, so they just ignore that. Right. So they can chew them up, and then again his bikes, if he could get in, clear the Guardians, clear everything. He just didn't. He didn't clear units until they were already in combats, and he's not really good at that, in combat with his army. So then he's too far back to countercharge. He's too far back to bring all those shots from his bikes to bear. So he could only pick up the 1 unit, and then for the rest of the game, his bike shooting did nothing. It was ineffectual. So that when you're a shooting army, you can't let yourself get stuck in combats, trapped up, locked in. So you need to
put your strength to maximum.
Yeah, you put the strength to maximum effect. Because I don't start that much on the board. That's super scary to him. He's got the 3-up invols are a nuisance. So like these 2-up armors. So like the Night Spinners without the ignore cover rules aren't really working through Marines.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I don't have very much long range shooting other than them.
Yeah.
And then the Harlequin bikes can maybe do work on a tank, but like as you saw, they didn't even kill the Dreadnought turn 1.
Yeah, they're so flighty. Like depends on how you dice rolls go with those.
Yeah,
guys.
so
Without Doom and all the other things.
By castling up, the tanks can't drive through that back ruin.
Yeah.
So that undercut where they could get angles, and then so then they all went one direction, which then later
made you just go, okay, I'll go this way.
So then so I kited them, and then when I was able to, the Incarn was able to kill one,
right,
pile into the other one, and then finish them all.
Next to each other.
Yeah. So.
And then how do you feel about the event so far? Just the setup, the interaction between the refs, the look of it, the feel. Like, what are your thoughts?
Everything looks good. I mean, the mat is great. The terrain looks good. It's very serviceable to be able to pick up, play with, move. As you saw in that game, I was picking up ruins to get exact measurements.
Yeah. I love how naturally you did it. You're like, swoop. There was no even thought. Like you could tell that you've thought about how to, or maybe you haven't thought about it. But
let's remember previous.
Right.
2 sentences ago.
Well, no, I mean, just thought about it, right? Like where you're like, okay, cool. You just did it very naturally. It was good to see.
Yeah, it only takes one game usually to pick up the new things. Like that was the same thing a couple years ago when I first played with the chess clock. We were actually at ETC and Team Germany asked everybody to play on chess clocks and never had. I played in the 140 Razorwing flock army.
Oh yeah.
On chess clock.
Wow.
And I'm ahead of my opponent on time, but I've never used one before. So I like games. So like any kind of gaming thing, it's just you just pick it up.
Sure. That's good.
But everything's looking good. The space, the event arena is nice. I mean, I'm sure the lights on the table make everything more visible to people at home, but God, they are hot.
It's hot.
I'm tall, so like my head is close to the lights. I may have some root damage by the end of this.
Well, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, we have to keep it bright so we can kind of see. Not all the other tables are lit as hot as those, so
yeah.
You just happen to hit the stream table. So quit doing so good, and we have to.
Yeah, that's the case. Yeah.
No. I got to teach these young kids how to play.
That's right.
keep it going.
The price of fame, right? You get a little conditioner in the hair. Some of us aren't, starting to lose that stuff. So
that's why I grew it out. So like, even if it's like receding at all, I don't know. My mom tells me it's receding, but my wife is like brings up like baby pictures where my forehead is huge. She's like, it's not receding.
That's just how you get a big old head.
That's your big old head with a big old forehead.
I love it. So we had Team Battle Brothers on the stream. You had Juice,
it was
you
great.
and Austin. So Austin pulled out his game. You won your game. So we're kind of in the last throw.
I need Juice to win his game. Man.
Juice was kind of under the thumb.
He's under
Matt
the
was
thumb.
putting it to him.
He made an 11-inch charge.
So this is a big charge here on turn 3, but he's been out of CP since last round.
Ooh,
so that's
rough.
harsh.
I know. I was surprised. That psychic power that Space Marines have just to get a CP. That's super cool. Like I was like, damn. I wish I had that psychic power. I had to block that 2 times against Pat because I was like, no, stop getting more CP.
You need to roll a 7, so it's not a gimme. But yeah, that's.
He rolled it every time, so that's why I'm like.
I never get that power off. I'm like, your only job is to get me a command point. Fails every time.
Oh man. But how is everything else with the stream going? It's going pretty cool.
So I think we're having a fantastic time. We got a lot of folks joining in and watching. We've caught some people playing rules wrong that we've corrected mid-game.
Yellow cards have been issued.
Yellow cards have been issued where we found illegal lists or players playing models incorrectly or without, orc guns without the crew. And that actually affects the
spacing.
So
So
a
now he
couple
has
orc players actually got hit with that because you're like, let's check all the other orc guys and some of the other.
Yeah, I remember at ETC that came up before the event. They a couple of the countries wanted to ask if they could just model it as a base and like have them like
glued on or whatever.
Like extend the base of the model and just have them glued on. And they were like, no, you have to actually put them on. You have to play with them. You have to mess up. You have to move all your little dumb stuff. Not that they're going to move. They're going to literally deploy them and never move in most games, especially in that format where most of the orc players ended up on table bowling ball out of design. So they literally just sat there and always had line of sight to their opponents and just were like, I'm going to pound you with 16 mech guns every turn.
I can't imagine having that much terrain where there's nothing to shot at.
Yes, you can. It's fantastic.
It's not fantastic. That's not a fun game for either guy, right? Like,
unless you go first and you go shooty left. Then it's fun.
And it's fun.
All right,
we appreciate it. We're gonna wrap it up and let you get back out there.
Congratulations on your win.
The next round.
Thank you. Which one of you picked me for that?
There you go. Oh, we're doing this. See, white chocolate. That's it.
Which one of you picked me?
So you had him, right? Oh no, I had you. Yeah.
Guys, this
Respect.
game just
No,
ended up.
I had
and they
Juice.
just totaled the score.
Yeah. Oh,
No.
Juice
Ended
just
up
finished.
35-14, Matt over Juice.
You freaking won. You won.
35-14. So he picked Juice.
So Juice was mine. We picked people. So you have been picked, but you were picked in another sub thing that we also have going. I had Juice. We each picked 3 champions of ours. Juice
For the whole
was-
weekend?
For the whole weekend. So Juice was one of mine. So it auto goes to him for this round for me.
And then so yeah, when we do the 3 streams, we just pick one stream. That's our People's Champion stream.
Yeah.
And then so it happened to be Juice's stream, and he's already pre-picked him. So
I think Brad has you
yeah.
over the whole
we couldn't
course
pick,
of the
so he
weekend.
picked you before we could pick you.
Yeah, he snagged you.
He
Sorry.
snagged- we're like, damn.
Smart.
We're like looking at who's playing in this, and we're like, oh crap, I forgot he's playing. Can I change my? They're like, you can't change it. Like, oh. But I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. We're gonna get Matt in here, I guess.
Yeah, we'll
here
get Matt
soon.
in here. Not Juice.
But good job. Just hang tight for a second. But we appreciate it. It's awesome as ever to see you.
He took his headset off, so he can't talk to people anymore.
Yeah, guys, they're having a good, friendly conversation about the end of the game. And at the end of it, they both felt like Matt had a leg
There you
up
go.
because he plays both
All right.
Gene
I guess
Steeler
you're done.
Colt
All right.
and Marines.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks,
So
buddy.
they felt like
Good job. Keep it going.
Juice had an uphill battle, and then he made one slight mistake, and so that probably cost him. You know, so that they're talking about it like of any of the bad matchups Juice did not want to see, it was a Marine player also being a Gene Steeler Colt player because they know the Army inside and out, which that's what Matt is, guys.
Yeah.
I just unplugged or something.
It's down at the bottom, Thomas. Thomas's mic, I think, got unplugged there somehow. Okay. Yep. All right. Okay, we're back. Thank
We're
you for
back.
that small intermission.
Yep, you saw the standings. We had the top 16 up there. But we're here with the round I guess table 2 winner. No, table 1. That was Juice versus.
Table 1 winner. I'm mad at you, Matt.
Why?
Because Juice was my dude, man.
I'm sorry,
and you
man.
knocked him out of the.
It's not his fault. Because Marines are dumb. I just want you to know.
Yeah, but
like it's not his fault. He tried. He really did. Gosh. Honestly, he could just come over and just beat literally physically just beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with what happened on the table. So what did you feel like going into it? Were you like pretty confident that you were just going to be able to deal with the Gene Stealer cult? Or
no, not at all. I used to make the mistake where I was like, this match is easy. It's no big deal. I don't do that anymore. Because it bites you a few times. So, no, I mean, Juice is a good player. He won Adepticon last year, right?
He got second, I think, or did he win the whole thing?
He got me at top table.
Yeah.
And so, I mean,
he beat me.
He's really solid player.
Like the last
I'm
couple.
sorry.
And they did ATC.
Thoughts
His
and prayers?
ATC, right?
Dice roll.
Thoughts and prayers.
They did They won ATC, didn't they? Or was that?
They were like 4.
Or are they 4th?
They did really well.
They were
obviously he knows how to play that. You knew Gene Stealer.
I have. Yeah, that's my advantage. Is like Marines are dumb, and I know Gene Stealer cult because I played it competitively for like the last year.
Yeah.
And then Marines make me really sad, and then Chapter Prude make me really really sad.
I know they get a lot of love help there for Genes for the cult, but yeah. So I think we wanted to try to get your thoughts on that last move that Juice had to try to pull the game back. He had that 11-inch charge. I know we had that kind of funky kind of interaction you guys had to work through there on the hill. And we kind of cut to Sean for our interview, so we didn't quite see how that ended up. So what was the outcome of that assault?
So it was 90% figuring out how the hill works, and 10% actually doing things on the hill. So he came in because he had his Gene Stealer Cold of Death squad come in, and he was out of CP, so he needed to make a 9-inch charge, which, of course, that's where he brutalizes things is with rock saws and touching.
He's got to make it.
And he rolled an 11. I was like, well, that's poopy, but that's okay. And so he ran in. He killed 2 suppressor squads and then like some other Marines. But then there was just Marines everywhere. And they have Angels of Death now, so they're really dumb.
One extra shock assault. Right?
So like scouts are like, hey, how's it going? And then like the chapter master with Teeth of Terror is like, hey, I've had attacks. How's it going? And then they went away. So I mean, he did the right thing. He absolutely did the right thing. He brought him in. He attacked me. He got a butcher's bill. He got a kill, and he wrecked me. Yeah. But then he just has to deal with combat, and that's one of the issues with the Marines is you can't hide from their
counter assault,
their output. It's just brutal.
Yeah, the extra attack just makes it so much more.
You just
can't weather it on the few guys. Now it's like they got a lot of attacks. Even some chump scouts coming in.
It's rough.
Were there any mistakes that you made?
Oh, absolutely. It's really hard. I mean, even knowing Gene Stealer cult to properly prepare for their deep strikes.
Right.
Flamers, 3 inches, and it actually, even the giant blobs, they can actually get a surprisingly amount of squeezing in and cuddle so that they can shoot you with flamers. And I try to avoid that as much as I can, but it still allowed him to get like 4 squads charges off.
Yeah.
And to a degree, I mean, I knew that was going to happen. I just tried to mitigate it as best I could. And I probably could have mitigated it better if I had moved more precisely. But at a certain point, it's kind of like Marines. You just have to grin and bear it and, like, pucker and be sad.
Make some saves or, I'll get you back when I fight.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I kept the Centurion's Reserve. I was like, well, this is going to suck. And there's not much I could do about it except for screen, and then I'll come in and I'll shoot some stuff.
Did you expect him to make that charge and tear the Centurions that were already on the table?
Oh yeah,
you were like this
is going to
die.
Yes. I tried to save them with transhuman physiology, but of course he's smart and he's like, I'm gonna vec that, brah. And so he did, and he rolled a 6, and I lost CP, and I was really sad. And I would have ended the game with 9 CP.
Oh, I didn't realize he rolled a 6, so you lost.
Yeah, he rolled 6. I would have ended the game with 9 CP. I mean, it was sad. That would have been a new record. And so, I mean, he came in, he charged, he killed a bunch of stuff. But just because Gene Stealer cult bleeds so many kill points, he didn't get kill more. He got a bunch of kills, he got Butcher's Bill, and then he had an amount of fair on the field, but then the Centurions come in, they just pick up
Look
things.
at all these friends.
It's hello, how's it going?
Yeah.
Hi.
Wow.
Hello.
And you can come in, the outflank lets you kind of go around.
They came in and shared the Christmas spirit with the Gene Stealer cult.
How do you feel about your list?
Raven Guard's fun. I think there's probably a stronger list out there. Iron Hands continues to be probably one of the best Marine lists. I just think it's really boring.
Yeah.
I love melee. I think actually Blade Angel. I love White Scars. White Scars is like usually what I usually play, and I think my White Scars with Iron Hands such a cheesehead. With like Blood Angels, will eventually be a fun.
Ooh, Blood Angels got some really.
They're so dumb.
Oh,
We've
so
been
exciting.
Hey, you know what Marines needed? Let's give them some more buffs.
Let's more buffs.
What about some more buffs?
All the Marines.
To be fair, Blood Angels did need it.
Okay,
right?
that's true.
To balance
Grey
it out.
Knights, they need
You're
it.
not
Grey Knights
wrong.
need it. Dark Angels need it. They need it.
That you're not wrong. It also inadvertently also buffs
Regular
Space
Marines again. Yeah,
Sure.
exactly.
Sure.
So
Well, great
Anyway.
time. So, any last thoughts on the tournament, on the games you've had so far?
I love your guys' mats, by the way.
Oh,
Thank you.
They're so like it's actually. You don't really appreciate how nice it is to have like the deployment zones drawn out and know exactly where to deploy. So I have to give mad props to that.
Yeah.
The hills are confusing.
Yeah.
That is the downside to that game. We literally spent like 15 minutes trying to figure out how does this work with coherency and stuff. But no, it's been really well done so far, and you guys have obviously very nice equipment, and you got to talk to me, and so
you're here in front of us, so we hope to see you more.
And
we appreciate you having here. So, great game, Matt. We're gonna go to break. before the last
Congratulations
round,
on
so
your win, buddy.
Catch
Oh,
us
it's only
around.
round 2.
Good luck.
That don't mean anything.
Yeah, it does. It
Good luck.
does.
I wish to stay. We're
Ask
just getting
Juice.
started.
It means something.